Yeah.
There we go.
We are waiting for Nightshade, and let me just message Nightshade real quick.
They're already.
Are you here? Are you coming? It's better.
Dang it, why is the Pirates of the Caribbean thing stuck in my head?
Actually, I wanted to ask you, boy, are you doing the Pirates of Caribbean? Like, why?
What are you doing
Oh
in
my
this one?
gosh. I hope that like in an I hope that like we get to go on a high seas adventure. That'd be so fun. But I'm not gonna share
Where?
my
Where do you want to go on a high sea adventure? We are in the fucking Underdark.
because that sounds
Um,
cool.
you
But
forget that it's a island continent basically.
yeah, this is
I
an
know,
There is
but
island
ocean.
continent, so it's not impossible.
I mean, if he wants, if we get to go off from this continent, that means we go into the canon. Actually, we might see his other players at some point because his other players are in the actual continent.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So if we get there, we are in the canon. That's when
Yeah,
we have made it.
you are in my campaign world, so in theory you could get to another continent. Actually, uh, you know what? Yeah, this would go with the normal timeline because I have a couple other campaign ideas in my world that are at different time periods, but you guys are kind of in sync with my current main campaign. Actually, two of them. My main campaign and another side campaign that I have in the same world. So there's three that are all going on at once, basically.
You are a busy bee.
Hmm.
The
I'm
other side campaign is with the players of the main campaign, but it's only for like two or three of them instead of the full party because those are the ones that are have those days free more often. The other ones are usually busy with like work stuff. So I did that as like a in case the main campaign can't happen or there's a backup.
How long have you been running your main campaign for?
As long as I've learned about D&D, which is a year and a half, almost 2 years.
no.
Have you done voice acting or acting before
No,
D&D?
no.
You are good then. You are really good. You're natural at this.
Thanks.
Because
Yeah, I'm just surprised you've kept the campaign going that long. That just seems like a record to me.
because
Honestly, it would have ended. The main campaign is based on one story. It would have ended a few months ago, but people kept missing sessions because, life happens. So it kept getting pushed up. But, like, realistically, I was thinking it was going to be done, like, this February.
so you are
Yeah.
at the end like that. You're at the end of the campaign. I wanted to say this before I asked if you have done voice acting or acting before because you when you did that like the purple voice, I got like
The what
Matt
voice?
the purple worm.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I took it from. I took it from his Frostworm, which is based on the purple
yeah,
one.
yeah. Exactly. I got the frost worm flashbacks. That poor creature, they turned her into a fucking tortoise and just flip her on her back. If I was in there, I would suggest just throwing the uh, shapeshifted tortoise into a like a cannon or valley if there is something like that nearby. Because if you throw it out, when he hits the end of it, it's going to hurt. It probably one shots the frost worm. I think.
Uh, Oh, my throat hurts.
Nightshade is not coming, is he?
I don't know. He's been pretty busy with his fiance. I hope everything's alright.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I just remembered when Matt's wife, did,
Marisha.
yeah,
Marisha?
Marisha, did like a campaign, and she could not do voice actor the noises like
Oh
Matt.
my gosh, the sound effects, right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
are like all of them are the same. All of them. There is
Well, she even
no
had a thing where
difference.
she tried doing it, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Look, I'm not my husband. I wish he was here, but it's not. That's his job."
I
yeah, I'm gonna
really.
like look up some Matt
Matt,
Mercer sound effects. I'm gonna
Matt, though,
see how.
there's a 42-minute YouTube video that compiles all of his season two. No, actually, no,
I'm looking
season
for
two.
it.
There's a 42-minute video. It's called your voice actor is showing, and it's a 42-minute video of Matt Mercer, Taliesin, and Liam doing their voices, and their like monster sounds and crows and whatnot, and like all their voice acting stuff. And then Mercer's like, "Look, I do people. I don't do monsters. I don't do crazy shit. I do people voices. He does everything."
I
Wait,
I, I
here,
remember
I'm looking at this video right now.
I remember the exact line that Marisha used. Like, where is Matt's sound effect when you need it? That's the exact line she used.
He needs a she. You should always have a soundboard with just Matt clips,
Yeah. But I
just
mean,
a actual soundboard.
Travis and Taliesin are good, but Matt is crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can do anything he wants, from monster noises, human noises, like object noises, everything. Who's dying in the background?
Oh, I'm looking forward to. You want to know what my main campaign players are doing?
No,
No.
no, I don't know. What are they doing?
I said,
That.
do you want to know what they're doing?
Oh right, I was watching something that I was paying
Lost in
attention to
translation.
yeah, lost in translation, because usually when somebody asks something like that from you, you like, do you know what my in Farsi, when they ask you something like, do you know what someone is doing, when you answer with no, that means no, I don't know, but tell me more. It's like that. So it was lost, exactly lost. It was lost in the translation.
Mhm. Um, whole quest. They are heading towards. They're currently registered into a tournament against other PC type characters, so like class levels of the same level, and they just fought the three audition bouts each. So they're broke. 5-player team broke up into a triples and a duos. They fought equal opponents, and they finished. They won all three. Almost died several times.
Of course they
Triples
did.
died. The triples, one person, the barbarian, almost died twice. Well,
How?
almost died once.
What
Almost
level
died
are
once.
they?
It's level 7. You know what I throw against a level 7 paladin?
No.
Sorry, a level 7 barbarian is a level 7 paladin. Answers all your problems.
Mm. That
Level 7
poor
paladin with
guy.
an insanely high to hit and high level divine smite. Works every time. And
Dang,
the
Matt Mercer's a
duos,
god without so
they
sound
almost
effects.
died. They literally almost died 4 or 5 times.
Remember to
They're a
not
cleric
piss
and a
you
ranger.
off.
They're a cleric and a ranger. I had them put against a blade singer wizard and a swords bard, which have really high AC and damage output. And then another time I put them against a cleric and a paladin. It was a little too unfair because it was a Zeal cleric, and Zeal's cleric have a channel divinity where they can maximize the damage they deal with fire or thunder spells, and Zeal clerics can learn fireball. So I could have actually one-shot them from the start of the match, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use it because that's too cheesy.
Yo, Tromba, like, just in case, remind me to never piss you off.
It's too late, sir.
I have already pissed you off.
Looks at box and merchant and just people. All right, hello, Nia.
Hey!
Just taking a second. There she goes. There she goes again. All right, and Nick is deaf,
My brain.
and I just can't contain.
The feeling that remains.
Dun, 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 dun.
There she goes. I can't set it to both. Heck.
I mean, am I the only one that has, like, stacks?
Mm.
Really?
There you
Stacks of what?
Am I the only one that has snacks, like, to eat?
Oh, snackies.
Yeah,
I
snackers.
yeah,
have.
you are.
I had a drink. I have a drink. I
You
just
are
finished the
because
drink.
I need to go to sleep right after this. So yeah.
I mean, I have like the whole like setup for me playing D&D. I have like chips,
Terrible.
then I have yogurts to put like dip the chips in, and I have like carbonated water which I mix with syrup, and I
That's the
bought.
way.
Yeah, I actually bought incense burner yesterday, and currently is burning a Captain Black incense, which has like a
Nice.
really good smell, and it puts me in the mood.
Nick, when do you have to go to bed? How long till?
I don't care.
Just gotta go to sleep.
I don't
No
care.
matter. Just have to go to bed. Well, in that case,
Like I just need to
I guess
get
we can
some
see it
sleep
started.
because I took like 3 naps today because like I was partly sick. So
That makes sense. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Are we ready to begin?
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't think Nightshade
yeah,
is going to
thanks.
come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
That's okay. We leave the seat open.
Okay, let's just
Welcome,
start.
everybody, to the. Is this the fourth session?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
My
this
goodness.
is number 4, right?
The fourth session of the Ashen Wastes.
And we have
Last we
done
left
nothing.
off,
We've made it this
Our
far and come
party-
so little.
our party finally made their way to the old Von Firas. The paladin was shocked to realize that despite their prominence and necessity, there are not actually that many scouts that come this way. It's actually a fairly dangerous area outside of the very distinct path that you all took to get here. As evidenced by the absolutely massive purple worm that almost killed 6 of you in its stomach. Fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that was
Meshuda,
insane.
our dear artificer, still carrying the box, managed to make her way to an abandoned house and worked on unlocking it, and upon doing so realized there was nothing in it except strange chains. And then, moving on to later in the session, she finally came clean and confessed, yes, she did steal it, but there was nothing in it, and then tried to frame the merchant of slave trafficking in the middle of the whole. And Then much hilarity ensued as they finally realized that all along it was not a dick in the box, it was a druid. They finally met.
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Centuries of
hold on.
wondering,
Wait,
where's the
wait,
druid?
wait.
Wait,
Why
hold
is the
on.
druid not real?
So Yoda was in the box?
You guys
I
don't know
thought
that
that was
technically.
Yoda was in
I
the
mean, the
box
characters
somehow?
didn't. I thought that was implied from the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Because
it
we didn't know.
wasn't.
No, actually, it was
because
because at the
Yoda
end of the
was vo-
session, she asked the merchant, "Why was I in the box in front of the two of you?" If I remember
I didn't
correctly.
hear that.
Me neither. I was like, when did she came out of the
I
box?
think you were too.
Yeah,
I
Nameless,
think
you
you were
just
too
watched the video,
concerned.
right?
Do what?
Oh yeah. Did the video
What?
say that? I don't remember.
I thought I had
Nameless, you
asked
watched
about
it, right?
I asked
That's
them
about a
like
lot of
about
things.
my stuff and why my stuff was in the box that was in the merchant's caravan, like my auto.
Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah,
other box.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
druid
yeah,
stuff is
not
in
You
the
that.
box.
gave
That
out.
it was her
You,
box.
the
Oh.
DM messed up. The DM messed up and gave wrong
What did I?
information.
What did I
Oh
mess up?
gosh, that's
It was
too
did I
bad.
all
mess up?
part of the plan.
It was the druid in the
Oh,
box.
So
it's a
we
red
don't know what
herring
was.
actually.
We don't
It's
know
a
what was
red
in the
herring.
box.
It's a straw man. Afterwards, they found out that the druid, who they never met before, kind of popped out of nowhere and then proceeded to show. Not only was she very invested in finding out why her stuff was with the merchant caravan, but also that she happened to put a very powerful charm type of spell on the merchant.
And a very
Um,
hilarious one.
a very hilarious one. Now, at least. Uh, and then, let's see, what happened after. Oh, right. For
The
some reason, I forgot
spiders.
about this when he mentioned it. Yes, the merchant went towards his box. He undid all his protections, opened it, and found a lot of his personal effects, pictures of his family, clothing, wine that he always keeps on hand, was actually stolen and replaced with bags filled with dead spider carcasses, uh, cracked egg-like structures that would belong to very massive spiders, and an invisible orb that Meshta had picked up and is currently fiddling with. And I believe at the end of last session, Sioda had actually done she did a nature check, and
Yes.
it was revealed that all these spiders were the same species, came from the same brood, died from the same time, at the same time.
So are
And I
we
think
just
that's where
starting?
the session
Yes,
begins.
yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
where we left
the
off.
last thing that we never resolved was me fiddling with the orb and then seeing what it does.
Yes.
Actually, hold on. He did actually one sleight of hand, which was for you to describe that was like there were like buttons on it. He never did like
To gain the
his
general shape.
yeah. He never did like the second sleight of hand to actually do anything with it
I
because
thought the Arcana was showing its shape and stuff.
You had done the Arcana check was to figure out what was magical other than the obvious invisibility. The sleight of hand was to try to figure out as much of the actual physical detail as you could using just your hands because it's still invisible.
actually, can you say what was magical about it except the obvious invisibility? Because I do not remember that.
There was the metal itself was permanently cool to the touch, smooth, made as far as you could tell, possibly of a sort of metal, but without actually seeing it, you cannot tell what it would be. Though you can imagine that you use invisibility spells. You've used one to get all the way over here. Whatever it is, apparently can hold enchantments for a ridiculously long amount of time. Because if the merchant never knew it was there, and he never checked his personal effects before that, this moment, this invisible orb was there and invisible for pretty much most of the caravan ride, or maybe the entire ride as it was. So whatever it is seems to hold enchantments. You can also tell There's a very light hum as you hold it and just gently trace your your fingers and palms over this orb. It gives a pulse, not a physical one, not a physical vibration, but almost like just you can feel pulses and waves of magic slowly coming off of it. And it kind of as you focus on it, as you're feeling it and thinking on it hard and harder and harder, you kind of feel the magic of it brush against your mind. It doesn't do anything, but you feel it like specifically brush against your mind and register there more than other places of your body, even your hands, which are physically touching it. So it seems to have some sort of mental effect that you just haven't discerned yet.
Can I do the Treasure Planet shit and like mess with it?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
Can I just look? Shit.
Oh,
Can I?
do it
You
again.
watch as Meshida is you're still threatening the merchant, and you look over and you see Meshida's messing with a vaguely ball-shaped object in her hand, and she's feeling around it, and then suddenly you press something and you hear, then like in your mind you hear a ding, a pleasant chime. It's like So you fiddle around again, and you take a moment and you ding. Okay. So then you keep going slower and slower. About 3 more buttons. Clicking, nothing happens, and you're getting into a groove. You're like, oh, I think I'm doing something. And then on the 5th button, you all watch as Meshida crumples to her knees, and Meshida, you feel blood begin to rise up your throat, and you cough it out as you get the sensation of a sledgehammer to your brain. And you take
Ow.
make a
Oh,
wisdom
God.
saving throw. As you feel the orb in your hands, that subtle vibration that pushes against your mind, rush against it like a wave. Well, you wouldn't know what a wave is, but like a Goliath punching you in the face, but in the brain.
It's a 19. Does that save?
That would technically save.
Is it
damage.
exactly 19?
Yep.
The DC is 18. You
Wow.
take only half 20 points of psychic damage. As
Wow!
the orb violently rejects your attempt.
Shit! That's a lot of
And
damage!
you feel blood trickling out of your mouth and across your tongue and down your nose. And are your ears covered?
Who?
Yeah, by my hair.
Yeah. So no one else sees it, but you feel trickling out of your ears as well. Like everything just all at once.
Is he?
Very unpleasant.
Is she on her knees actually, or is
Yeah,
it?
she crumples to the ground
I will.
from the very sudden mental assault.
I was looking at Sioda and was
You would
about.
hear it. You would hear a very undignified as your companion just crumples to the ground.
I was looking at Sioda. I was about to ask a question from her, and I just hear that boom. Someone is just dropping to the ground. I look up. I see Mishida and say, Mishida, didn't I tell you to do not mess with the fucking ball? We do not know what it is. It can be a fucking bomb for all we know. Let's
She's half
just
unconscious on the floor as you're yelling at her.
let's just find out what it is, and just I do a lay on hands on her for about 10 should be enough for you.
Okay, Okay, I'm gonna respond now. Well, if it's a bomb, then it's a bomb that strikes you from within.
Just just don't mess with it. Just let me just talk to Sioda about something real quick. Then we find out what exactly this is before continuing to mess with it.
Wait. Wait.
I said that because I do not want you to die just yet.
Okay, I say wait. Then then I put the orb in his hands, and then I look away.
Is it just did you just put it in my hand?
Yep. You feel as she gives you, she like her hands are like she's big. She's like almost max height for a medium-sized creature. So her hands are like bigger than yours. So you see her hands kind of enclosed around like a again like almost basketball size. And she puts it in your hand, and you feel the weight suddenly. It's like maybe 1 or 2 pounds, maybe 3 at the most. So it's like a feather to you because you're a paladin with strength. But you feel it there, cool to the touch, as she just kind of puts it and then collapses as she kind of takes a break from the sudden onslaught.
Does anything happen to me, or is this
It is cool to the touch.
that's it? Okay, then I just keep it close to me, and I just go to Sioda as she's like just rummaging through the spiders and say, "Hey, Sioda, what are you doing?"
Question for DM. The
Hmm?
was the diagnosis for the spiders like specifically how many weeks was it that they were out?
1 week, three
Um,
days, 10 days.
yeah, it was right around the time that the and the rest of the merchant caravan had left, a week and 3 days.
Like specifically the day of departure?
As far as you can tell from what the merchant's telling you and what you're seeing from the bodies, yeah, they coincide quite nicely.
Um, so I think that these spiders are probably um tied to whenever I showed up. I don't know, but I feel like the best like idea that I have for that box, because I do believe um Altern that I don't think that he put me there. I don't think that he'd be able to lie versus all of these different things that we cast on him.
No, no, he can't lie. Actually,
Wait,
um,
so she
Yeah.
was in the box.
yeah, it was
But
confirmed.
ask me.
I mean, I was about to do that. I mean, he is not lying because I casted Zone of
and I
Truth.
cast and I cast my own spell.
Yeah,
And I
be-
asked him the answer honestly, and he probably would be conscious right now if he had lied to me.
yeah, and
He grimaces slightly.
I got a feeling that he was volunteering to actually talk to me honestly, because the Zone of Truth that has like that kind of thing. If someone resists the effect of a spell, I know. Uh, I was about to ask you, were you in the box?
Yeah,
When did you get out? How did you get out?
yesterday I think. It was yesterday, right? Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Before Mishuda took the box, right? I'm asking the DM.
Um,
Yes.
hmm.
Okay.
This is
So
this is
you do
interesting.
not know who put you in the box.
I haven't been able to remember anything since before I came out.
What do you mean you don't remember anything? You do not know who you are?
For who I am and where I came from, but I don't remember how I got there. I've been trying to remember, but
Okay,
And
here.
you hear a light tinkle of glass as Chief Jinhala grabs one of the merchant's glasses and pours herself a drink as she's still stooped over, kind of sitting.
um,
That
I'd also suggest putting that whatever that is back in the bag it came from. If you drop it, we probably struggle to find it again.
uh, that is like a very good suggestion. I take one of the bags that the sphere came out and just put it back in and hold the bag in my hand. I
You're
was
not gonna what?
what's going on?
You did you put the thing back in the bag?
Put
Yeah.
that thing right back where it came from, or so help me. As you put the thing in the bag, you hear
God
the
dang it.
Chief Jinhala,
Oh,
after she sips, she just If you'd like, a artificer is capable of identifying objects, so you could at least take a look at it.
Your artificer? Do you have a one?
Yes. Didn't
Uh,
you visit
Oh
him
wow,
for
wow.
your alchemist?
oh, you
He's a
mean
bit
the
of an alchemist.
alchemist? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We, I mean, I have a theory I want to share with all of you. Then yeah, I think that's actually a good idea to go there. This theory actually involves you, Ultron. I think there is two kind of situations. Situation number one is that somebody used your caravan as a front to smuggle Sioda to one of your destinations. And somebody was going to come and buy her from you. Or situation number two is that somebody actually is trying to frame you. So,
He just
uh,
looks at you, deadpan, and slowly blinks. I see. Arrived at this all by yourself, have we?
shut up. Uh, as I was saying, I wanted to ask you: have you pissed off anyone that has like this kind of
Give me a
MO?
second.
Hmm.
Yeah, my incense just went out. I love the last bit of incense that has the
So should I
most.
mess with the orb again, or should I not try to die?
The orb is with me. I will not give it to you.
Fine. He said take an artificer. Let an artificer look
No,
at
no, no,
it.
no,
I'm an
no, not
artificer.
artificer. She actually
Okay.
is a she. She said go to alchemist because I actually went to the alchemist.
Can
I
you
studied. I
repeat the
studied some
question?
rudimentary alchemy.
I was
Yes, I was
asking.
referring to a professional.
Nick, if you have a spell called Identify in your spell book, then that would probably be what they're talking about.
Well, I have detect magic.
That
I,
doesn't
No.
identify.
even I have detect magic. We are talking
I
about
have detect magic.
everyone has
No.
detect magic. I think Nightshade has detect magic too, and he's a fucking
No, he's
fighter.
Fighter.
he's just a fighter.
Oh my gosh, I get it. All right.
Lulu, please repeat the question you asked Alteron. What's the
I
question?
look at Ultron and say, so who did you piss off recently that will put murdered like spiders, the broken spider eggs, and a gnome in your caravan to frame you?
Hmm. Actually, kind of puts a hand to, crosses one hand, puts the other hand to his chin, and goes quiet. He thinks for a minute. Well,
And I mean really
merchants
pissed
remain
off.
largely merchants remain largely neutral. We have to avoid situations like this. However, if these aren't dead spiders. I'm assuming that those eggs belong to a specific brood of spiders, though I'm not an expert in that matter at all. And considering that this one, and he points to Sioda, has the, if I may, the coloration of a drow, it could be someone who wanted to trigger some sort of conflict between the dens and holds, because obviously any drow would find this to be highly blasphemous and just offensive in general. Uh, most drow, as you may know, have a hereditary compunction to serve a spider goddess. It's a whole matter I'm not too versed in, but this would be an affront to their very nature, most of them. So whoever did this probably wanted me, an unwitting merchant who happened to go in that direction, to trigger some form of war between the dens and holds.
Before I ask any more question, can I do a religion check to see if I know what he is talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Can I do an investigation check on Ciota uh, to like see if I could
Religion.
figure out what exactly she is? She doesn't look like a drow.
Medicine.
That's a 20.
Uh,
Maybe
I
medicine.
mean, yeah, probably medicine. A 20. So with a 20, you, the Drow, as a race, were largely conceived out of elven blood by Lolth, the Spider Queen, who broke off from the main pantheon. You recognize her because she is one of the deities you and your order actively dislike because where Bahamut is lawful good, she is chaotic evil. So literal opposite in terms of alignment.
Yeah.
The Drow are kept under her thumb as a form of slaves and instruments of her will. The dens of the Ashen Wastes that are friendly, for the most part, renounced her as their patron deity because they wish to embrace change and civilization. Because many of Lolth's tenets are stagnation and the ruin of civilizations as a whole.
Nightshade!
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 Hey!
Hey guys, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Hey!
No
How you doing?
problem.
No, it's
We're
good.
glad you're here for once.
Did you have time to check out what happened last session, or do we need to like summarize it for you?
Summarize it, please.
DM, take it away.
You want to do it for extra credit? I'll give you an inspiration die.
Yeah, sure.
Please,
Why
please,
not?
I got this. I got
No,
this.
no, no, no,
I got
no!
this. Please.
I was talking! I was talking!
I'm great. Hang on. Rumbar, please. I want to practice my storytelling. I'm gonna DM soon, so I want to practice
That's a
my storytelling.
pretty. That's a compelling reason. Okay, I'll give it to Nick this time.
Okay.
All right. So, what was the last? What was the last session that Nightshade was here for again?
The
The-
second one with the
Worm.
purple worm
The fight with the worm.
began. When the fight started.
Okay. so, so we encountered the purple worm. You went back to your sleeping quarters. We began a gallant fight. Many suffered. It was a brutal battle. We thought we were all goners, but then everyone got spit out, and then we blew up the thing to hell.
And you not didn't see any of it because you weren't there. You just did it like a fireball and bye!
Okay.
I remember that
yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Alright. And I helped a little bit, but I ran away because I stole the box.
Remember that whole discussion.
In the box. A dick in the box.
And I trudged away to the civilization. Meanwhile, back at the camp, Nameless struck a deal with the guild artisan or whatever it is, the merchant, right? And
Yeah, that's fair.
he said, "I will help you find your box," and signed the contract. Apparently, blah blah blah. And then when they all got to the village, there was an encounter with the town guard, and then back to me. I
Note
found an
about
abandoned house.
that is that Nameless's character really raised the alarm about Mashuda, and Mashuda gave his description of Mashuda. Mashuda is wanted, right?
Yeah. Kind
Not
of.
anymore though, because
Point.
not
You
anymore though,
showed up
because
and
I
you're
will
like,
I
"Oh."
will get to that. So I found an abandoned house and got to work. So used some dispel magic, used some tinkering, blah blah blah. I got the box open, but there was nothing inside except chains to hold something or someone. And then my big reveal. I showed the merchant's lies. That there was no soul stones in the box. There was something in the box. We were right, but the merchant said he was innocent. Nameless cast Zone of Truth. He was telling the truth. Apparently, I still don't believe him.
No, he's
and,
actually telling the truth.
And then we sensed the presence of a little drow-looking girl, which was dun 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 Siona, who was apparently here the entire time, and what was actually in the box.
It's a druid in the box.
It's not so far from dick in a box. It's not a dick. It's a throw.
Hey, Umnia's not a dick. Umnia's a very kind person.
We're not talking about Omnia. We're talking about Siona.
It's a druid.
I mean,
It's the
you
same
are
thing.
what you eat.
But I'm bish.
Okay. All right. Anyways, after that, uh, we questioned Ciota, like wondering why she was there, and apparently she put a curse on the merchant where she can control him like a puppet, which is funny. Uh, and then after that, we went through the merchant's stuff a bit and found out that uh he was robbed or like tricked. Uh, all his stuff was replaced with like spider stuff, like spider eggs, dead spiders, and this weird invisible orb that we can't see. I grabbed it, fiddled with it, and oh, and while I was fiddling with it, um uh nameless, what's the character's name again?
Lou,
Lou attacked the merchant.
I didn't
The merchant
attack
tried to
him, just
control.
threatened him.
The merchant tried
Again.
to control him. Then Ciota controlled the merchant. Uh, and then I took 20 points of psychic damage. Uh, as I messed with the
I should
orb,
have
and
pushed the wrong button.
It literally like put like an invisible sledgehammer to my brain.
And that's
I'm
where
still
we
alive.
are.
I'm still alive though, and after that, Lou healed me, and now we are at a part.
That you are here.
Yep, we're
All
here.
right, cool.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
So
Not bad. Like a 7 out of 10. Can do better.
I actually
okay.
concur. Take a D12 for inspiration. You can hold on as long as you want, and you can use
how
it
do
to
I-
add to
wait.
any roll.
How do I do that? How do I add that?
Whenever you choose to use it, you do the dice tray, you click the D12, and that's all you gotta do. You can keep it as long as you want. You don't get any other inspirations while you have it, and when you use it, it's gone.
Okay.
Where do I write? Where do I write that?
I
Just-
mean, just
I think there
keep
is
it
something.
character
tally.
No, I think yeah. Look in your character sheet below your death saves and exhaustion. There is something called inspiration, and there's a box. Tick that.
Inspiration books.
Yeah,
Yay!
Okay, so I clicked the inspiration box. What happened?
That's it.
It should
That's
just
a-
click up as.
that's
yeah,
yeah. It's just a reminder that you have inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What was the pronunciation of the spider god's name?
Wolf?
Wolf.
Loth.
Yes.
So
Wolf the Spider Queen.
I look at Ultron and say
Wait,
that
where is Nightshade's character at the moment?
he's
Oh, he's
outside
outside.
with
He's outside.
Emma.
Technically, he's an employee of Alteron, so you haven't actually brought him in.
He's
Yeah, he's
outside.
outside.
Yeah, he's outside. He's outside with Emma protecting box with those two guards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I go to
Okay.
I say to Ultron that doesn't make sense. I mean, all of the friendly Drow have renounced Luth, actually. So if you are found with something like this at a friendly Drow den, the only thing that happens is that you get arrested for slaving, doing a slave shit. I don't know what is it called. That doesn't.
Another thing to consider is that there are still Drow who choose to follow her, and those like to send their own little spies. We get trouble with them every once in a while. The scouts get sent to deal with them occasionally, but for the most part, we don't do any. As far as I'm aware, there have been no large-scale attempts to clear out the Lolth associated dens because of the sheer amount of creatures they hide. Quite dangerous.
And
Can we give Nightshade a moment to just react to it if they want to? Because he hasn't had a chance to actually say what he's going to do in any situation.
Yeah,
So,
oh, yeah.
Nightshade, at this point, you personally, from your point of view, Straight has witnessed the party fighting off a purple worm, making their way to Anfiras, entering Anfiras, looking out for the thief Meshuda. Meshuda comes of her own volition, plops the box down, reveals that the box of what you assume to be merchant goods like produce or soul crystals turned out to be chains for capturing someone. Now you're left reeling with the rest of the employees under Alteran's payment. As Alteran, Lu, Sioda, Meshuda, and the chief Jinhala of Anfaras are all in Alteran's carriage trying to figure out what the hell is going on. What do you want to do?
Let's see.
Hello.
He's thinking.
I think he's thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
18.
As he's thinking.
I would like.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
would like to just. I would just like to sit back and watch everything go by, just to process more of my thoughts into what I want to say.
You're just gonna like stand guard, or you're just gonna like sit back and.
Do you want to go into the
I'll stand
merchant's
guard.
caravan to listen to their conversation?
Actually, you can come in
I'll
if you want.
stand guard for now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I interject here? Because like I feel like this would add some stuff to the story. I'm just gonna interject in character. It all seems to be getting pretty desperate these days. I've heard rumors of certain magical miracles across the world. In an elven village, a drow born of no drow descent, and it appears we have other proof of this with this little one here. I gestured to Ciota.
I mean, still, it doesn't make sense. Actually, how many dens were you supposed to go after this one? And where were you supposed to sell the soul stones?
Egon.
He walks over to his desk that's kind of been pushed aside during all this kerfuffle, and he kind of reaches into one of the drawers and pulls out a large map scroll. He slowly unfurls it. Well, let's see. I had come from Liyue, and then I met you all in Kavan, the den of Liyue, and then we met in the hold of Kavan. This is the hold of Anfaras. I was going to Qigong, which is pretty much to the coast, almost southeast. About 5 miles from the coast. It's probably, to be fair, it's probably the only place where the ocean looks, the sky looks clean. My favorite. There are a few very wealthy drow there. They're usually the ones that pay for high quality goods. And I figured I was planning on bringing that to them as a more of a gift for them to purchase at a bit of a discount, considering they had seriously. I've done quite well thanks to them. So this is my way of thanking them, and the money from that sale would have also been enough for me to retire. So whoever did this not only robbed me of my personal effects, they robbed me of my retirement.
So, do you think if
Okay, I look at the merchant suspiciously. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that you didn't know you were selling them more of themselves?
I would have made no money. I would have gone to jail. I'm pretty sure I would have wanted to sell soul crystals.
also he's under my spell and Siodo's spell, he can't lie right now. So,
Probably no.
do you think that?
It's my goods.
To be very explicit, Alteran, I request that you are completely honest for the entirety of this conversation and all of this guy's questions. To be explicit.
Kind of squints at you.
He smiles a little bit.
Let me hold on.
Actually, you have to roll for Chief Halal too, because she is in my zone of
She
truth
volunteered.
also.
She volunteered to tell the truth.
Okay, so everybody
Which I mean,
tells the
she's speaking
truth.
for herself right now.
Wait, do we have to roll?
No.
We all rolled us.
Uh, was
We
Yeah.
are
Gias a
all
wisdom
under
save?
that thing still.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he squints at you, Sioda, as if to say that, and he looks at you. I don't think this. I don't know what spell you cast, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. He kind of sets his jaw as he looks at you. Hmm.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry about it. If he doesn't answer one of my questions, I will know how to make him talk. And
Because
just
the creature is considered charmed by me, and it must act
In,
directly according to my instructions, so long as it's not a
according
suicidal
to the
command.
instructions that you give it when you cast the spell, it's not every command you give it. It's when you cast the spell. It's just that neither I nor he knew that at first. He's starting to get suspicious because you're giving a lot of commands, and he's like, "There's no way the spell does all that." I mean, he's a merchant, so he's kind of seen a lot of things. He doesn't have any protection against magic like that because that's very expensive. But he has a intuition that that's probably overstepping the bounds of most magic he's dealt with, unless it's obscenely powerful.
So for
so
the purposes of going forward, what would we say that the command was?
Your initial command was for him to tell you the truth.
That sounds good. I think it was to be quiet and tell the truth. But
Yeah, we'll keep it to tell the truth.
okay.
so do you think these drow spies that are still loyal to their spider queen? Do you think they were at this? What did you say the name was?
You're going Quiong.
How is it pronounced?
Qi Gong.
Qigong. Do you think the drow spies you talked about are they in the that den? Chiu
Oh,
Gao?
most certainly. Yeah. You can never be too careful. Any drop, you can't just look at one and say, "Ah, you're a loyalist to Lot." No, it's you can't be certain of anything. I can only trust the very well-paying clients I've had in the past because I have sold them goods above table, and they have purchased goods from me above table. So there's no need to worry about them because everything I've sold to them usually revolves around jewelry. I've sold uh, luxury food, furniture, and again, recently I was planning on selling soul crystals. So
You
they're
said
all
that
very above board.
you said that there was an auction to be held place for the soul gems? Is it
Yes.
always the same group of people? Is it a closed private
Uh,
affair?
it's a very private affair. There's maybe at most a dozen. Because Qigong is by far the largest den. It is the home of most of the matrons who freed themselves and their and I don't know what you'd call them, broodmates perhaps, of Loth's influence. So there's around, I believe, at least a dozen. I only usually sell to two or three at a time. It's very hard to get them all in the same room. They're usually off to other dens negotiating or doing their own resource gathering because they have their own entourages. I just happen to have been lucky enough to have a decent rapport with them.
Do you think that if we did go to that auction that you were scheduled to have and there was a new face there, that would be exceptionally strange? Or would you be alerted that, like, how many people and who were there? Like, you would know
Mm,
everybody who's there beforehand.
I might be able to glean some information, but we're not friends. We're just good acquaintances because I provide a lot of things that they want.
Is
Um,
it like an invitation only, or is it open to the public kind of auction?
uh, it would be private for higher ups in social hierarchies. Actually, and he looks at you. The father, isn't he the leader of this thing?
No, he's second in command, kind of.
Hmm.
He's the right
Uh,
hand to
the
the
city.
Archbishop of the Temple of Behemoth.
Wait, doesn't that mean that he would be the city lord if he's second to the archbishop? Oh, whatever. Anyways,
Yes, I am
your
the city
father's
lord.
high enough, and you did well capable of representing Celestina in a trade deal. Yes.
Yes, actually, we were trying to. I was trying to make a trade deal with you for the soul
You
crystals.
realistically, unlikely but possible that you could make your way into such a high circle given your relative position due to your father's influence. So it's possible, I suppose, to get in using your influence. But again, without the soul crystals, I have nothing to auction. So uh,
I
how you would plan to get in there, not too sure.
What about the stinger? What about the purple worm stinger? How much does that go for?
Obviously.
Can we
Ooh,
use that for the auction?
no. A fully filled stinger with all its poison intact. Uh, at the most, average market price, you could probably sell it for around 45,000 on an auction. I could go for 60 to 70. Depending on luck, maybe 85,000 gold pieces. But it's not that valuable. Soul crystals start at 100,000 and they only get more expensive.
So, two questions. Question number one: how high in the merchant guild are you? Because I think maybe whoever did this is not actually looking for a war between the Drow and the Den. He actually wants a war between the Drow and the merchants. Because if the merchants are in war or like under pressure, it affects all of the dens. And question number two is, can you find more soul crystals or something that we can use to actually sell at that auction? Because I think I can get there, but we need something to sell at the auction so we can get the people there.
Fiona kind of raises her hand at that point. I kind of am curious about if we go to that auction and there's a new face there and that person coincidentally seems to bid higher than expected on that shipment, as if whoever swapped the shipment back in Vaughn did it on purpose in order to get me to that place for one individual in particular to purchase me.
Hmm.
I don't know why, if that's
Possible.
even that could be a dead end, but
That is possible, though.
Yeah, it's one of the
that it was
situations.
more of a smuggling issue,
Hmm.
not even about the soul gems. Not to be egotistical or anything,
Uh, okay.
because I feel like there's not really a reason for merchants to be what's criminalized, made out to be bad guys. They
The
kind of make the world
chieftain
go round
pipes
here.
up slightly. Child, are you gifted with powers of the earth? Are you a
Yeah,
druid? Yes. Druid
yeah.
that bears the resemblance, definitely, to Drow is an oddity of itself. Whether that means you were touched by Lolth or you were intended as a sacrifice, which, as far as I'm aware, is possible with some of the more zealous of the Lolth, I suppose, loyalists. It is possible that you would be interested in again, either sacrifice or collector's item or zealous members.
Hmm. What?
In theory, it
What's
would.
the merchant's name again? Sorry.
Alfron.
What?
Alteron.
Okay. I look at him and I say, Alteron, what, was it just the one crate, though?
It was just the one crate. The other one was definitely produce, and actually Lou helped me, and several of my employees helped me distribute that.
Yeah, I
The
can confirm that.
one that apparently she was in, he points at, see how that eyebrow quirked? That was supposed to be the Soul Crystal shipment. And to answer your questions, I am roughly third or fourth tier. It's usually ascending order, so first tier is the lowest, and then it goes up to sixth or seventh tier. So he's at
Yikes.
third tier, almost fourth. So he's
In the middle.
Yeah, he's like in
middling.
the middle.
He's good enough merchant that he can afford to make pretty pricey trades with higher ups in different dens, but he's not like, a super famous merchant. He's just a very good at his job, and he's very legal, above board kind of person. And the second question. Wait, what was your second question? I got confused by all the talking.
My second question was if Ultron can find soul stones for us to sell, or if he can't, does he know anything that we can actually use to go to sell at that auction, like a
Wait,
monster or orb or something?
wait, was it a blind auction? Were you just gonna sell the box and say that there were soul gems in it, or were you gonna open them up and show soul gems to a crowd?
But you always have to present goods for. Whenever you do auctions with higher ups, you always show the product, or else it causes a lot of problems.
So whoever
I have
wanted
So someone
Sioda.
was trying to frame you then.
Yeah, because
possibly.
if you opened the box in the
I would
middle
have
of
been
the
arrested
auction,
directly.
yeah,
Exactly.
they
Then that's
wouldn't.
where the problem becomes. As I said, these and the spiders and the eggs, those are all
Blasphemy.
to loyalists, and if any of
Those
them are
wouldn't have been
loyalists, they
sold or
would
shown
know.
to the crowd. Those would have
Not to the public, no,
been your
but
box.
to the
But
specific
if the
metropolitan
guard
store.
investigated him after the fact that you were found, they would have gone through like his stuff, and they would have found the eggs and the spiders.
Mm-hmm. There is, well,
Wait, who's
there is a
laughing?
system. It's a,
Nightshade's
there
fiance.
is
Oh, okay.
there is a system to this where
Yo, what's
Oh
going
shoot!
on?
Oh shoot! He left. Tarumba, are you okay?
internet died. Just for a second. There is a system to this where when I would get to Qigong, I would have to be searched, unload all my possessions, and then everything would go into a specific claims office where it is checked again. And there's a possibility that there would have been some form of swap where I would have been given a empty iron box with the same appearance, and they would have taken the one with our druid friend here. So there is a chance that that might have been what they were going for, which would imply that some of the loyalist spies would be in the official guard of, for the den, which
Hey,
is worrying.
Ultron, you're talking too much. You didn't answer me. Do you have any kind of way to get us something to kind of sell at the auction?
He's
there
saying
is
it
a
wouldn't matter,
there
right?
is one possibility.
And what is that?
You scouts are good at hunting, right?
A
Oh
monster
gosh.
hunt.
Something much bigger and much well, not bigger, but deadlier.
What?
Whatever we put in that box would what if what he's saying is true? We don't know if it's true. It's a hypothesis. But whatever he puts in that box in the situation you described would be swapped out at custom. So if they swapped out an empty box,
So
it
I'm
doesn't make any.
thinking. No, I'm
They
actually.
would give him the soul gems back.
No. I am thinking we actually do two things at once. because if we hunt, actually go and find something
We
to
don't
sell
need to
at the.
find anything to sell. They'll give us the soldiers back in that situation that he described.
No, no, no.
That
You don't know. Maybe they just give us a empty box.
Hang on.
but then he would know that something was up in the situation that he
Uh,
described.
I have actually a plan. I want to put something in the box. We go to the den, and we just put everything in that like midway home, and somebody that
I
is
think Nick wants to say something.
uh, Nick. What do you want to say something?
Hey, sorry, my internet was acting weird. But also, Tarumbar, what was the name of the town we were in before we got to this settlement?
Kavan.
Yeah.
I think
So
we
And
need
that's
to
where I was swapped out.
I think we need to go back to Kavan because if someone has these soul crystals that hang on, let me get in character for a second. We need to get back to Kavan. If spies have soul crystals, then they can make an army.
Yes.
I was planning
When
to
you
use that
say
army to help you guys, but now they're gonna use that army to kill you guys.
Well,
there
you
were
can't.
never a soul stone in the play. It was the
yeah, there was. There
Sioda
was
Yes,
we
from the
checked the box
beginning.
and said that no, it was only me after Kavan.
it was.
See, she gets
Did
it.
you not
Alteron
listen
said
to?
that he checked. Alteron's told me that he checked it before Kavan. While he was at
The
Kavan, he checked the box.
day
When
Did
when
he
you
I
check the
left,
leave.
box?
Yes, I did. Oh my god. You're a paladin, not a wizard. When I was in Liyue, I thought it was a box of soul crystals. When I left Liyue, it was a box of soul crystals. When I entered Kavan, it was a box of soul crystals. When Meshuda joined the caravan, it was a box of soul crystals. The day before I left, 2 days before I left Kavan, it was still a box of soul crystals. I left Kavan, I didn't check at the time because there was a bunch of strangers in my caravan, and now there's no soul crystals. It is just a child. Gnome, sorry, you're child-sized. It is a gnome.
So
There were literally soul crystals until at least a day before I left.
too. So.
okay, out of question.
Yes,
No, not
it's
out of
like
question. Like
Out of character.
out of character kind of situation with Sioda. What I want to do is that we go hunt the whatever Ultron is about to suggest. Then we put it in the box. We go there, and if they switch out the box at the like that midway house that they put all the things in, we have like Nick, because Nick is apparently very good at sneaking around. We have Nick actually look at watch out for anyone that comes and tries to swap out the box. If nothing happens there, then we have something to actually sell, and we can go to that kind of auction house and see if anyone is trying to buy the box. That's my kind of thinking.
with that is that if somebody is expecting to pick up Ciota,
Yep.
then they're just and what if we're assuming that here that Altron is 100% correct, he might not be. But if we're assuming that he's completely correct in his synopsis of the situation is completely correct, there's no point to go hunting and do the side quest because
They
it
put
doesn't matter
back the
what's in
soul
the box. If
stones.
they're going to check, no, they would have to swap out the box because they would assume that they need to keep me inside of it.
But
So
no, I understand that. But there is a
if they check the box at any point in this thing, the whole plan is blown. If they just need to open it up or peek
no,
through the
no.
little thing,
I'm actually hoping they open the box and see something is wrong in the mid house, because then
they could just open the box and see it's empty and know that something's wrong.
And then they would leave and you'd never know who it was.
no, but because
No.
Nick is watching the box, Nick can follow them and just find where they
So
are
why do we
hiding.
need anything in the box?
Because, like I said, if they don't
It's a
check it,
500-pound box. They're not gonna notice if like 80 pounds is light.
no, if at any point, if they don't swap out the box at the Midway house, then we have to find whoever wanted you at the auction house. And if we don't have anything to sell, we can't get to the auction house, and the plan is blown. I'm just trying to cover all my bases. Because if the Midway
Well, it's going
house,
to be declared that we have soul gems. So if we are selling meat, then that's not soul gems.
no, we don't
But
have
we need to
to.
declare whatever's in the box at
Yeah,
customs
yeah, at
or on the
customs.
paperwork. It's going to say, hey,
I
we're
love
selling
this.
soul gems. And we go to the auction, and it's like, hey, we have meat now.
Let me just ask
That's weird
Ultron.
from a
I
legal standpoint.
No,
love this.
Ultron, did you specify what are you selling at the auction? Or is it
Yes, although I
Whatever's
would never be able to get their interest. I only get their interest because I tend to have luxury items. I would have to specify. Hello, I would like to invite you to an auction involving soul gems. If I say hello, I would like to invite you to an auction involving meat. Well, I'm not going to get anything. If I don't say anything, they're not going to come.
what if what were you what did you wanted to suggest we hunt?
There are a few marks that are fairly popular in the hunting industries. There's one in particular that has a yield similar to soul crystals, though they're more enchantable gems.
So we
It
can
is
And I look at Alteron curiously, and I become very interested.
you trust him all of a sudden.
I don't believe to be fair, this is not anything against you despite the constant threats of death. I don't think you have what it takes to hunt it. Very few do.
but if we hunted, can we just like sell them at sell them as soul gems or something like soul gems? Can we get it past the customs and into the auction?
The well, actually, in theory, they are magical enough in nature that if we cast a simple illusion to make them look like soul gems, they would never know the difference because they're. It's a creature from the elemental plane of Earth that got summoned here sometime after the war, or during it, I've no clue. It's very famous because it eats rock and it leaves behind gems as its droppings, and occasionally,
So we
when
don't have
groups
to
of
kill
scouts,
it. We can just
well,
take the droppings.
defecate. It
Don't let him speak.
defecates very rarely, and greedy scout parties have been known to attempt to hunt it to get it to spit out its food, which includes the gems. They usually die from the spitting. It's it's a living mountain. It's a gigantic living mountain from the plane of Earth. It's very rich in resources. It's full of gems. Anyone can tell just by looking at it, and there are witnesses who've seen it. It's very docile until you try to take its gems. Then it tries to kill you.
Is it like one of those like super elementals?
So
It is a super elemental. Would you like to make a history check to see what he's talking about?
Can
Uh,
I?
or yeah, why not? Can I do it a religion or is it has to be a history? No, no, no,
It's a
no.
history
Actually,
check.
my history is not bad. That's
Hey,
Be able to
17.
roll as
Hey,
well.
hey, Tarumbar. Sorry. Um. Uh. Uh. So, can I use my researcher ability to like figure out where we might be able to find more soul crystals?
Or at least information on monsters. You want information on soul
Yeah.
crystals? Uh, there is a library. I mean, honestly, the biggest library and probably the only library that's intact is in which one? Which one? Oh, there it is. Niel, which is one of the four holds that is in the very center, roughly, of the continent. It is. It is connected to three other, two dens and one hold. They're all connected to each other, and the center of the continent, and they have the largest populations. They're pretty far though, and the way there is not overly dangerous, but it is a very long trek.
I think I think it's worth it. But also, uh, is no one else worried about Kavan that we should not go and find these spies?
How are we going to
Actually,
find them? Are any of you good at tracking down and hunting spies?
Nick might be, and
We need
Mishuda might
spies
be.
and not just some black market trade.
So I did a 17 on the history check. So what do I get?
You vaguely remember there is a creature, a fairly legendary mark, that is treated as like the ultimate in hunting because no one's ever actually killed it in all these years. It's called a Zaratan.
Oh, a what?
That's all you remember. Zaratan.
How do you spell that?
Hmm.
Zaratan. Do not look up the monster, please. Thank you. No meta. It's too meta.
I'm.
Don't look it up.
I know
Um,
the name of it with the 6.
Unless you make the history check. Make the history check if you want to find out what it looks like. Because 17's not high enough.
do I?
High enough to know its name.
Yes, you would know it. You would also recognize the name Zaratan. It's legendary. You've heard it before, but you're not a scout. You're not really someone who goes hunting things or reading ancient textbooks. So you're just like, I think I've heard of the thing. That's kind of it.
Does
Can I
my
do a history check now?
Yes, make your history check.
does my
Thank you.
character think he can like go and steal some of his crystals, or
Yeah, no, you get the name.
All you know is the name. Right.
All you know is the name. All of you, just the name and what Alteran said about it being a literal living mountain of gems.
do I as like a captain and with that like the history I did, do I think I can safely steal the gems?
All you know is the name.
Hell no.
Well, other than that, I think there is. I don't remember if they were hunted to extinction or not. There is a much less dangerous, individually, mark that usually travels in groups. They're fairly, if I remember correctly, they're fairly slow, but they're fairly deadly. But they should be much easier to handle. But we would need to hunt at least. I don't know. Maybe 5 or 6 of them, possibly.
Can I do a history check again to see what he's talking about?
It's called a flail snail. It's a very strange creature.
A
Make a history
flame.
check.
A what?
Make a history check.
A fucking what?
A
Make a history
flail
check.
snail.
Yay!
Yay!
Make
That's
history
not
checks so you know what this
20!
thing is. Make history checks to see how much you know about the flail snail.
That's not 20. For a total
Yes,
of
it is.
26.
Yes, it is. Everyone else, make a history check for the flail snail.
Wait,
Fine.
wouldn't that be nature? Okay. Whale souls are so pretty.
No, you can make
Yoda
a
doesn't
nature
know
check.
about them.
I'll let you make a
Uh,
nature check because you're a druid.
got
You're
a
not a
10.
you're not a red person.
That was worse, actually.
I was terrible.
That was worse. Okay, well,
Aye.
you do know this. You all flail snail's a lower DC because it's not a legendary creature. They're just very rare. A flail snail is a massive snail that flails
This thing looks
mace-like protrusions coming from its body. It is actually also an elemental creature. Let's see.
What is his element?
A flail snail is a creature of elemental earth that is prized for its multi-hued shell. Hunters might be lulled into a false sense of confidence upon sighting this ponderous, seemingly non-hostile creature. If any other creature large enough to be a threat approaches too close, though, the snail unleashes a flash of scintillating light and then attacks with its mace-like tentacles. As it moves along the ground, it consumes everything on the surface, including rocks, sand, and soil, stopping to relish crystal growths and other large mineral deposits. It leaves behind a shimmering trail that quickly solidifies into a thin layer of a nearly transparent substance inedible to the snail. Sorry. This glassy residue can be harvested and cut to form window panes of varying clearness. It can also be heated and spun into glass objects of other sorts. Some humanoids actually make a living from trailing flail snails to collect this glass. And the
Wait,
shell of it is extremely valuable.
So what is the CR for
wait,
this
does
thing?
the who all knows all that information? Was it Siet and Lou?
No, it's
Uh,
yeah, it's cuts and loop.
Straight and Lou. I'm assuming. Sioda, you would know the part about the creatures leaving glass behind, because you've actually seen one from a distance, so you didn't know what it was. You just saw it kind of leaving the horizon, and it left a long trail of glassy substance. Straight, you've seen one. You've actually participated in a hunt once with a different merchant other than Alteran. They're fairly difficult because they travel in groups and they hurt.
Eye contact.
If you get hit by them. Gotcha.
Yeah, and even if you don't get hit by them, the shells kind of pulse with like rainbow lights that can blind people temporarily. They're very annoying to deal with in groups.
Oh. Okay,
So
well,
what is the CR for this thing?
Pretty low.
So I wanna do something. I will go to the door and open it. Uh, call out to Cuts and tell him to come in, and then I will inform him of what happened here, and then go. Now the situation is as it stands. We have two options. We can just put an empty box that they may or may not watch the switch at the midway house. In that case, we can kind of trail them, or we can go out and hunt these creatures, snake flays, and do you know them? I'm asking Cuts.
Yes, Lou, I do. I've fought a few of them. They are very nasty little things.
Yeah,
Especially, mostly in groups, though.
according to Ultron here, we need 5 or 6 of them. We can go and kill them and put their crystals in the box so we can have access to the actual auction. So if there is kind of like a spy kind of situation in the auction and they want to like buy the box in the auction, we can do that. Or we can put back Sioda in the box, which I do not recommend. These are our situations, and since Ultron is kind of in a bind right now, and as I saw you, you can fight. So me, you, Mishuda, and Sioda is we go and hunt these kind of these guys. If you guys want to do this, so what is going
okay,
to
well,
be?
I have something I want to do first. So I take the bag that Nameless has,
No, I'm not
with the
giving it
orb.
to you.
No, I take it.
I'm not giving it to you. Do a strength,
Okay,
Oh,
like do a strength
Strength.
check, bro.
I'm doing a strength check. Wait, is it?
Athletics, both of you.
Oh, athletics. Okay.
Uh,
That's 12. I win.
yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Well, I'm kidding. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You don't remember.
As all of you have brought up, though, there's two ways that this could go on. Clearly, Sioda was in here at the last den.
Come on, you mean?
Now, yes, a whoever put her in our caravan could be doing, as you said, switching her out before the
The auction.
Yes, before the auction, or it could be uh, whoever is going against merchants setting him up and getting into a uh, difficult bind between the merchants and the drow.
Yes, that's why I do not recommend putting Sioda back in the box.
Here's a thought. What if we went what if what if we went back to Kavan and found these spies? Or what if the spies are in our caravan?
No,
Well, the only people in our caravan are us and the other guards.
And
I
he
So
do
said
not.
that he trusts his people very much.
And it's another. And how long have we been out here again? About a week?
like
Yeah,
a,
it's
Closer.
about
like a
We're
couple days.
closer to getting to the
15
other
days.
den or hold before we'd even be close to getting back. Previous.
The big kind of key point there, we wouldn't be able to go with Alteron. We would have to go alone or find some other way. Alteron needs to go to uh, the other, the next drow den.
And
Yeah,
we're not
but if
sure
he has nothing,
how much longer we can survive on the supplies we have because we're not trying to be loaded down here. If we're loaded
Well,
down, that's just going to be more chances of us getting attacked and well because of higher probability from bandits and us being slower. So
So
we can only take what we
we
need.
don't have a plan right now, and I kind of want to go to the alchemist right now. Does anyone want to come to the alchemist with me? Because we have like this kind of orb that we have to check out. The Chief Halal said the alchemist can tell us what it is actually. Is that right? Can he tell us
or
what it
I
is?
could.
Sit.
Possibly. Sorry, wrong voice. Possibly. Nope, nope, still wrong voice. Give me a second. Where's my water?
Yeah, get in the roof.
Possibly.
like, you don't have to
Possibly.
identify
He's
stuff.
been an alchemist for a very long time, so he should have some magic. Though if it deals harm, you should let him know of that first. I don't want him dying. He's very old.
Yeah, I met the guy. He's kind of a very good mannered person. I would not want
Yes.
him dead either. And
The only
Mishuda.
sad thing is that he's never looked for an apprentice, and I keep telling him to.
Ooh.
I will bring it
Is
up
he
with him.
is he looking for one?
He won't, that's the problem. He's getting too old.
Yeah, I will talk about that to with
Wait, are
him
you saying
too.
wait, did you say he won't or he will?
Won't.
He doesn't look for apprentices. The chieftain has been trying to get him one.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I will go to
Well,
Mishuda and
well,
look at the Mishuda and say, "You sit down. You stole a box and you hit me in the back with that. I haven't forgotten that. You're under my custody right now. You do not do anything until I tell you to do it. You assaulted a second class captain of the scouts. You are in big trouble.
by accident. Did I not
Doesn't
say?
matter. You were doing a crime and assaulted me during that crime. Doesn't matter if it was accident or not.
Or if it proved or if it proved that there was something fishy going on here?
Doesn't matter.
Would,
And
would you
Doesn't
rather I
excuse.
died and then not know the truth?
I look at Chief Halal and say, "You are a law woman. In this kind of situation, is he right to take the box or not?"
What are your intentions?
Someone stole the box. The fact that you haven't pushed charges after they've returned the box, well, that's all I care about. It is my hold currently. So if you choose to push them, then I will take them in. If you choose not to, then I have no business here.
So don't piss me off, Mishuda. I can throw you in the prison if I want to. We are going to the alchemist. If he doesn't find out anything, you can try it again and kill yourself for all I care. And I look at the others and say, so, What are we going to do? Are you guys coming, or should I go alone? Because from where I stand, we don't have a plan right now for whatever we want to do. So this might give us some clues.
Okay, I'm gonna try and take the bag from his hand again.
Uh,
Is that, is that sleight of hand or
no, no,
athletics?
no.
You have already lost the contest.
As
What?
can I do
Yeah, do it
something?
again.
Can I? Do
A
I?
single roll kind of,
Do I
uh,
see here? Do I see her going for my
Yeah, she
body
reaches for
bags?
it.
Do
She
I
reaches
see
for it.
that? As she does that, I draw my sword. I told you, don't do anything that pisses me off.
I wasn't. I was simply trying to see what that thing is.
We are
Since
going
none
to
of
do
you
that
is.
right now. We are going to the alchemist.
Well,
I thought you said we
Chief
have no
Halas
plan.
slowly stands. I'm going to get going. If you decide to push charges, you know where to find me or my assistant. And she hobbles on out of the caravan.
Thank you, Chief Halal.
Take care and good luck on your adventure, young scout.
Same to you,
Hobbles away.
Ultron.
Mishuda. Don't do anything. And I just put my sword back.
I mean, it is your property, Ultron. Allegedly, it was. Um, what would you do? I feel like Mashuda is more in your domain than Lou's. I don't know Lou's name yet.
I'm not in anyone's domain, thank you. I'm a free woman
Well,
here.
You
you
tampered with
did,
somebody else's domain.
you did steal from me. We'll see. You did reveal that someone tried to frame me for something, or just start something bigger than I am. So, we'll see.
Can I roll
But
an
for now,
investigation check? Can I roll an investigation on Ciota to like see what half she is? I know she's half
what?
drow.
Medicine, right?
Didn't you
Yeah,
do a
probably.
medicine check on her?
Not
I
yet.
didn't. I
Wanted
didn't
to,
do
but
that.
never
No.
actually happened.
You asked about it early, but you didn't roll.
Yeah. Wait.
So
So
yeah,
it's medicine.
yeah,
Yeah,
medicine.
it's medicine.
Alteron kind of. I'm not interested in pressing charges right now. You did steal, but you also revealed a plot, so I don't have much to say on the matter. I'll leave it.
For now, Mishuda is under my custody. We do not want
No,
to.
no, no.
We do not want to press charges right now, but she is doing a lot of shit, like trying to kill herself with with the fucking
Understood.
orb.
I
I
didn't try. It happened. Things
So
happen.
don't do
You
it
know.
again. Let's go
I
to
wa-
an
I didn't say.
expert.
I didn't say I was going to do it.
Ultron looks very frustrated and just kind of withdrawn to the fact that he's being bullied out of his position. He's like, oh my god, this is what it's amounted to.
Do you want the orb, Ultron?
I don't want it. I don't even know what it is. I can't even see it.
Then why
I
are
could
you?
probably get you to praise, but I
Then what are? Why are
again
you groaning out there?
because he's literally. This was going to be the last week of me being a merchant before I retired.
Actually, I can
I'm being
help you
drawn into
with
a plot.
that. I can help you with
Yes, when we
that.
find yes, when we find the soul crystals, I will gladly sell to Celestina
No, 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 no,
instead.
no, no, no. If we don't even find the soul stones, I have a situation. I have a kind of proposition, kind of like a situation for you that you might find interesting.
We'll see. Now, go ahead and do your things. I'm just going to take a drink. And he walks over to his cabinet, pulls out a vintage bottle of wine, slowly uncorks it, and pours himself a glass.
So here's here's what I was trying to say before Mishuda very rudely cut off my speaking. So I have met an alchemist in the keep. He is kind of an expert we can show the orb to him and find out what's going on with the orb. Because I do not want Mishuda messing with it again. Because she did, and she took a lot of damage from somewhere. Guys, why are you silent?
I was waiting for the response.
All right, I look at
Um,
straight and I say,
Sioda doesn't say anything.
actually, wait, no, I look at
no,
Ciota.
but she would pull out those other two bags that were locked, that she had pulled out originally from the box before him. Um, and gesturing to Alteron, it's like, were these locked when you put those in? When you put your belongings in there? Are these yours?
Oh god, give them here. And he reaches, grabs the bags, puts them on the desk, undoes the locks, opens them up. Oh, thank goodness, they're still mine. Yeah, these are mine.
Theoda nods and "Ok, um, I don't really want to go to any uh, shop or anything. At least not like this. Um, I'm not really good with towns.
Oh, well, I think I can help with that.
Why? Do you have like a shape shifting spell?
Yeah, well, I have alter self, but I was thinking I could also like either give her like an elven cloak of invisibility or just use invisibility on her.
Well, it's. I mean, there's not really a reason for it. It's just I've never really. I'm not used to busy places.
Character doesn't like crowds.
Okay. What about you, Cuts?
I agree. Trying to go to somebody who can appraise it, because you have nothing else to go on. Either go and try and find something else to put in the box and see if they take that box, or go to the auction itself and try and get away with our catch. It's this is probably our best bet, trying to see this crystal, whatever it may be, how well important it is and it could possibly do, since clearly Judah can't figure out what it is and really doesn't want to get figured out.
Yeah, I
I never
guess.
said I couldn't figure it out. I just said
You just explode. Your brain almost exploded. That counts as not figuring it out.
So, I guess we are going to the alchemist. Cuts, do you are you coming with me?
If I'm not needed here, then
No, yeah. If you want to come, I can just tell Emma to watch these two, and there are like guards outside.
Altaran just kind of waves when you say that. God, he's like, do as you wish. I'm just going to sit here and drink for a while.
Alteron hasn't done anything wrong, has he?
No, I'm talking.
No, but
he
he
is
has
he,
been he
he's
has
been
been
kind of a dick.
threatened with death and threatened with jail, and his shit's been stolen, and his personal effects were replaced with dead spiders, and his plans for retirement went down the drain all in one day, and he's just like very depressed right now. He's very sad.
he's needing that drink right now.
He's a very old human. He's a baseline human. He's like pushing 50. He's too old for this shit. He's just like, go do whatever you want. I'm going to drink.
As the man
Okay,
said, I am more than open. I am more than willing to come help you, Lou.
So, if you be so kind, can you pick the bag with the spiders and the eggs? We should take them too. Maybe the alchemist can find out something about those two. And I just open the door and call out to Emma and tell her to come inside the wagon and look out for anything suspicious and protect the three people in the wagon. And then I will look at Sioda and say, Sioda, can you do that trick you did with Ultron on Mishuda? Because I do not want him. I do not want her to go outside and do something stupid again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, hey.
Shut up.
Well, I would need to rest first. It's a very difficult spell, and I
I,
can only
I
really
look
ever
at
do it once in a
I look at
while.
Ciota kind. I look at Ciota kindly. Oh, you can rest all you wish, dear. There's no need to rush.
I don't trust you.
Nobody
You've
does.
stolen from the box, and you've tried to steal from this dwarven guy twice now. Just now.
Okay, all of my intentions were good. I either thought there was something trapped in there,
My
or
heart is pure.
that this could
But
raise
the
an
things I
army
do,
that could help the merchants.
I'm being
my heart is pure. But the
trained.
things I do,
But stealing the ball is just pure curiosity.
Purest of
And that
hearts,
almost
the
killed you.
worst of intent.
Yeah,
curious.
yeah,
Of
kind
expectations.
of.
Out of
Okay,
curious.
then if you are tired, just watch him. Please watch her, please. I do not want him. Want her to do something stupid, and you
Actually,
seem kind of mature and kind of an adult in the room. So just watch
Very
her
predictable.
when we go and see what the fuck is this thing is. And I look at the cats and say, "You ready? Do you have the bags?"
Yes, I have him right here.
After you.
yeah. Hey, let's
I,
go. Hey,
I
let's.
whisper to Ciota. Whisper to Ciota and say, "Hey, do you want to go with them?
No.
You don't. You don't.
Okay.
We can go together."
He asked you to stay here. Why would you not?
I don't want to spoil your fun. You've been locked in a box.
Yoda looks at you with childlike, doughy eyes. Why?
Like,
I don't see
no!
any point in betraying people's trust right now.
You make your way to the alchemist, the old alchemist. You realize the door is currently closed and locked, and there isn't much light coming in. You probably closed up a little early. Do you want to knock?
Yeah, I was just knock and. Did I get her? Did I get his name last time?
You did.
What?
Oh no, I forgot his name. Artificer, alchemist. Where's your alchemist? There's the okay list. Finder of many names. Go.
Binder of many names. I choose you.
Curse you for making me name all my NPCs. You're the only guy who's ever made me name all my NPCs. I only need like a dozen.
I'm sorry. You never had to
Uh,
name your characters.
oh no, like you can
Then
have names, but like there's like like in a video game, there's like the important NPCs that your party's probably going to talk to. Usually, I only need like anywhere from 5 to 7 max. He's made me go through like a dozen names.
like
I've
like
literally played
Emma
game
didn't
modes.
need a name. Emma could have just been like Archer number one.
I mean, like until you talk to them, they're just figures. They're just images. So literally,
Just the NPCs.
yeah. He gives everything a name, and I'm like, fuck, now they're
Anime
important.
when like the non-important characters are just pure gray silhouettes.
Yeah, they don't have a
Yeah, no, I
face.
Oh my gosh, like Ruby Volume 1. Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised you
But
watched Ruby.
I love Ruby. Are you kidding?
It's so long since I've seen it.
We're just gonna call him Alchemist Fredrickson. Fredrickson.
I just knock
like
in
Carl
their door
Fredrickson?
and say, Master Fredrickson, are you in? We have important business with you.
I'm coming. And you hear like a creaking door, and then opens the front door. You are the dwarf I helped earlier today. Yes.
Yes, Master Fredrickson.
Is
Are you
is
well?
everything all right? I am well. I was going to have dinner. Is something the matter?
Yes, actually, this is kind of important. Can we come in?
I how important is it? Is I can wait.
Life or
I'd really
death,
like to.
kind of important.
Make a persuasion check as he looks very reluctant because he wants to sit and eat his food.
I mean, you can eat your food and kind of listen to us to give you our
Persuasion check.
kind of like. No, that's a perception, I think.
It's perception. Get out of here.
I'm
Persuasion,
gonna go to the bathroom.
persuasion. Yeah, you go.
I'll be right back.
Oh, you actually
That's
beat it. Yeah, you did it.
yeah.
He's just. Oh, fine. Follow me. He opens the door behind him. Excuse me. Waddles towards the back door and starts going up some stairs. And as you follow, you realize that the second floor is really just a small balcony area where he's kind of sitting. There's a table and he sits at it, eats. Um, Feel free to move some of the papers off my table. Just try not to rip anything to very old terms. What do you need?
I
Mr.
will
Dwarf?
carefully uh, make way for my bag, put it in in the what is it called table, and say apologies again, Master Alchemist. We came to you now because we found this strange orb that is invisible and seems to hold enchantments and spells for a very long time. And our resident artificer fiddled with it and kind of harmed himself. So we were kind of hoping for an expert to look at it
Hmm.
and see what's going on with it. Also,
Interesting.
with this orb we found and I go and take the bags from the cards and put it in the table. We also found these with the orb. uh, these are spiders and egg spiders, broken bones. Do you think these are connected because we found them in the same place?
He looks at you with a bit of a stink eye. I am not a nature expert, but I could give it a shot. Let me.
No,
He
actually I
reaches
want
over
to.
to a side table. He grabs a little monocle and he fixes it to his eye. And he looks at the. Did you put the orb out of the bag, or is it in the bag on the table?
No, it's in the like the have you seen like a half open bag? Like
Okay, so the orb's visible, or
yeah,
would be visible.
would be
So he
visible,
puts
but
it
it's
on,
invisible.
and he immediately starts frowning, and he stares at the thing for a few seconds. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Oh! Leans forward, grabs the orb. Yes. It looks like gold, actually, but it's. He said it was invisible when he found it.
Yes, it's invisible still.
I can see with my left eye. It's just the right one that can see through it, thanks to these little monocles I invented. And he spins it around slowly. Interesting. It bears visually. It actually looks a bit like gold, but it's all wrong. It's a strange pattern to it, almost like something organic. I wonder. Yeah, what kind of damage? You said your artificer hurt herself with it. What type of? Was there an explosion? Was there sound? Any signs of damage being dealt?
Actually, she said there were like buttons on it, and she was
Hmm.
fiddling
I
with
can see
them,
those. Mhm.
and then she just dropped to the floor. I think I saw a little bit of blood coming out of her ear. I think there
Oh,
was
and
like psychic damage or something. I do not
yeah,
know.
I remember I said that I told you like the damage came from within. Like it's
Yeah, yeah. Actually, she said it was like something. There was an invisible sledgehammer took in to her brain.
Oh, okay. I haven't done this in a long time, actually. I wonder if I still got it. He puts it down, cracks his wrists as he kind of flexes his hands, and
Before
then
you do
he.
anything, is this safe for you? We do not
Oh,
want to do any harm.
I've worked with exploding cauldrons and toxic fumes since I was very young, and I'm still alive. As much as Chief Hala thinks I'm going to die soon, and he reaches down to his pocket, towards like the side pocket, and he pulls out a little wand, almost, and he waves it a couple times, and then he taps himself. There's a little gust of wind created as magic seems to be cast. He says, "All right." Oh, cracks his fingers, holds it over the orb,
I just
and
open
he
my
starts
shield
muttering
and
an
take it
incantation.
in front of myself.
And he starts chanting arcane words over the orb. After about 10 minutes of constant chanting, the you see in the space where the orb is, a perfect sphere of bluish light radiates outward, and it pulses slowly before fading. All right, that's very interesting. Actually, I've never seen one of these.
Do you know what it is?
Um, no, I know what it does. It is a containment item. It seems. I don't know what it holds. It's very. Whatever enchantments are on it are actually quite powerful. So it seems to be like there's something inside. It's holding something within it, and if you complete whatever sequence you must in order to open it, you'll be fine. But if you don't, as your friend witnessed, it delivers quite a punch. Actually, I'm surprised she's not dead. That's very nasty.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not dead already either.
I was going to try to open it, but now that I see the actual enchantment curse, I don't think I'm gonna touch that. And he kind of rolls it away from the table. He's like,
Is
"You can
it
have it."
is it
He
still
takes a
invisible?
spoon of his stew. Takes a spoon of his stew. Oh no, it's invisibles, but you hear it rolling along the table, and it kind of pushes one of the books that you didn't get off the table, just gently nudges against it, and comes to a rest as he grabs a spoonful of his stew.
I just
Oh right, I think you had spiders. Didn't you have spiders? Here they are.
yeah, there's spiders and like egg spiders as well. I
Hmm.
was hoping we can find a connection between these three. Are you familiar with Spider Queen?
Uh, I have no interest in religion, but something to do with the drow. Yes. Looks at the
Yeah.
spiders first. Honestly, they look like normal spiders to me. I'm no. None of these have any markings consistent with more magical species of spiders, and even then, I don't usually work with spiders as far as potion ingredients go. He pushes that away slowly and reaches over to the bag of the broken shells. And cool. He kind of stares at it for a little while. I think that doesn't make any sense.
What's going on?
Hmm. Um. Well, I think if I'm correct, these should be impossible. Like
Why?
quite literally, these shouldn't be here at all. Like they shouldn't exist. There is a recorded. Well, let me grab a book. He goes into his room and he pulls out a
tome, which he begins to flip open, and it reveals pictures of ingredients and creatures and what ingredients can be harvested from them. He finally stops on a page featuring a depiction of a large blue and white-ish arachnid. These are called phase spiders. They don't exist on this plane. They actually are able to freely travel between this plane and the ethereal plane, which is largely where you would see ghosts and creatures of that nature. Uh, they are. I actually, this book is from before. This book itself is a rewrite of a book that was made before the war. So this is actually a very old reference. So I've never seen them. I've never even heard of them before this book. So they're quite exotic. Um, Actually, are you willing to sell these eggs? Because they're all phase spider eggs, and I could really use some for some experiments.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I asked you if you know about the Spider Queen. I was wondering if any of the enchantments that you mentioned are connected to her, and also, can you disable the enchantments on the or without harming whatever is inside?
Goodness no, whatever this is, it's very old, and I've never seen a runic scheme quite like this. It's absolutely ancient. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
So, question for the DM: how many spider eggs are in the bag?
About 70.
About 70. I look at the cats and say, "What do you think? Should we sell them, or should we keep
I
them?
mean, certainly fetch a good coin.
How much for all of them,
Well, those
except
depends. Do you want
for
these in pure gold value, or do you want, if my potion experiments work, would you want some of those instead? I have a few ideas.
what can you make with them?"
I have no idea. That's why they're experiments.
Hmm. So, how much do we get if we sell them to you for gold, and how
Uh,
much do we get if we sell them for your potions and a bit of gold?
well, let's see. Let me do some math. Give me just. My contact decided to fall out of my eye. I have lost an eye. Oh no.
I
It's gonna
am.
fall into your world and become the eye of Vecna. The eye of the DM. Turn the contact lens. The next epic quest.
And no one in this party knows necromancy, right?
I
Probably
mean,
not.
you probably know necromancy. Most healing spells are necromancy.
Most healing spells are
Yeah,
necromancy.
I
Revivify
know.
is necromancy.
Yeah, I know necromancy because Vivify is necromancy technically.
Spare the dying is necromancy.
Yeah,
Um. Oh, right. Where was I?
Just a level of necromancy that everybody's okay with.
Healing, right?
it's like divine necromancy.
All necromancy is divine. It's just
Mainly what I
dependent on how
meant
you
is
I mean,
It's just
cure
dependent
wounds
on
is
your
a healing
god.
process that people take
yeah,
for some
mainly
weird
what I
reason.
meant is like, can anyone like revive the dead?
I
Or
can.
anything
turn them
like
back
that?
to life. Life. Yes.
Can make them
I
Because
better if
imagine
that's what you're
having like
asking.
little. Because imagine having face spider pets.
Actually,
well, you don't
I
know they're
can.
face spiders yet, so
I can bring back anyone who has died within a minute.
Ah, dang it.
So I look at cats and say, very discreetly, so the shop owner doesn't hear us. And I say, I'm thinking we maybe sell them for gold, or maybe sell them for a bit of gold and a bit of the potion, and keep about like 2 or 3 or maybe 5 of them, maybe they can come in handy later. What do you think?
I mean, 70 of them, so
Yeah, 70, we sell
I
like
think whatever.
65, we keep 5.
I would agree. And depending on how his experiments go, we could certainly get some very, hopefully, unique and helpful potions aid us.
All
Would
right.
agree.
So he comes back into the room with a little hand notebook and a quill that he's writing on. So if you chose for a direct gold conversion for these, because there's quite a few eggs in here. I could probably go for about maybe 14,000 gold pieces for the bag.
Wow, that much?
If
I mean, they are quite
control-
rare.
Well, yes, actually, the eggs themselves, again, don't exist on this plane. They're
No, it was
hatched
out
on the
of
ethereal.
character.
So this is literally an extra dimensional resource. You just don't find it anywhere. If I made these into potions, however, I could distill more potions out of them. So that would leave you with, again, if I was to follow conventional rules of marketing, and if I'm doing my math correctly, the total combined value of the potions would be about 10,600, maybe, for about 10 potions.
What do you think? Do we take the potions or do we take the gold?
And it all depends on his experiments.
That's the thing.
Yes.
We don't know what potions do we get. It can be like harmful to us.
All you know is that Alchemist Fredrickson is about a 75-year-old human alchemist who's been doing this for a very, very long time. Probably
But why are so many
reliable.
of your characters human?
Most of them are dwarf. The only humans are the NPC merchant and the NPC artificer, alchemist. The chieftain's a half orc. Chieftain's assistant is a dwarf. The NPC guards are mostly elves and dragonborn, except for Straight because he's the only human guard.
Master
Theodore's a
Fredrickson,
gnome.
Master Fredrickson, can we do maybe like 4,000 of gold, and the rest can we get like potions? Maybe like 6 or 7 potions and 4,000 gold.
Yeah, I could do that if you wanted to sacrifice a couple of the more valuable potions. And again, this is all based on if my theories are correct, which they should be, because I've done this a very long time.
So this
Is
is
it,
what I'm thinking, cuts. Maybe we can like take 4,000 gold and about 7 potions. Then we just divide the gold between ourselves. You get 1,000, I get 1,000, Sioda get 1,000, and
Ooh!
we give like the 1,000 of Mishuda to the merchant.
Hey!
You stole from him. Also, you're not here.
But also, imagine.
That is only me and
Did you guys?
it's only me.
Did you guys
and-
check your knowledge about like the phase spiders? Because imagine if like he could give us the ability to like go invisible or teleport.
Like
Well, I
we-
certainly wouldn't be able to do that. Be able
Well, at
to
least-
bring that up because
Or at least give
He
us like
showed
a
you the
blink
book.
potion.
He showed you the book entry, which detailed everything he knew. It's on that book.
So that's why that's what I'm thinking. What do you think that's possible? That's acceptable?
I mean,
Yes, I will give you I will take off about, I suppose, three of the potions in exchange for 4,000 gold pieces. That would still maintain my profit margins. I have to suffer those. And then yes, I would be glad to.
What do you
Make
think,
that
Cuts? Is that like something you're down with?
Depending on his experiments, if they do go well, we can certainly come out on top. Any encounter we come up. No, I would go through with it.
Okay, you have a deal with bid. Just need to take 5 of the eggs, and the rest is yours, Master Fredrickson.
Oh.
And when do we come for the potions?
Let's see, what time is it? I'm supposed to be like almost midday. Given how many there are, I could probably push out about 20 potions. So your batch will be ready. Come back tonight. I should be mostly done with them.
Thank you very much. And 4,000 gold pieces.
Yes, grabs the bowl of stew, walks downstairs, he starts eating, reaches behind the desk, and he fiddles with something. If you try to look, you just see that area is kind of blurry to your vision, and then he pulls out a sack of gold and he puts it on the desk and pushes it towards you. Please enjoy, and I would like to get back to my dinner.
Apologies again for interrupting you. We will
Thank
be
you for
going
the
out.
most interesting items.
So I will just take out the orb, put it back in the bag. I motion to Cuts
Here.
to just take the bag with the spiders, and I just take the gold also and go back to the merchant wagon.
Okay, while you were gone, I made Umnia something.
Tiola or Umnia?
Ciota, right? Yeah, I made Ciota a cloak of elven kind.
So you made it?
Yeah, I made it for you.
So I can't wear that with my nature's mantle. Because I can't stack cloaks.
No, I made your cloak into a cloak of elven kinds. Like you,
It was already
had.
magical.
You can't infuse a magical item.
Yes, I can. That's literally what I do. What does replicate magical item do then?
No. It turns a non-magical item into a magical item. You can't make a magical item more magical. This isn't Skyrim. Skyrim gives you the
There is no
double
stacks.
enchant
Okay,
stuff.
well,
There's no
do I
double
have an
enchant
extra cloak on me that I could give to her?
I'm already
Um,
wearing a fancy cloak.
Yeah, she was wearing a fancy cloak that looks like ash and leaves
But
and
it's a
twigs.
gift. It's a gift. She doesn't have to wear it right now.
Yes, you can. I'm sure as an artificer, it's pretty expected for you to have like an extra set of clothes in case you need to make a quick infusion.
Like this is a peace offering.
Yeah, it's a,
Please
it's a
don't.
gift. I
Please
like
don't
Ciota.
cast the spell you cast on the merchant on me. Take this nice cloak.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
No, that's not it at all.
Sure.
Like I like Ciota. Like
But yes, you give the gnome a cloak of magical properties.
I like Ciota. I find her interesting and I find her really sweet. So I am like charmed by Ciota and I make her this cloak. And I like her. Like she's nice.
You have new item, yay!
You have a cloak and cloak of elven kind. By the way, how long does attunement take?
Artificers let you attune when it's done being made, so
But how long
yeah,
will
if
it take
you-
for her to attune to it?
well, I mean, if you give it to her and then she tries to attune, that would take an hour. But if she attunes at the end of your infusion process, that would just happen immediately.
As these exchanges is
I
happening,
mean, would she attune at the end of the infusion process then?
Yeah, if she chose to attune to it.
But
Alright, so
yeah,
I look at Ciota and I give her the cloak that I made. Here, this will keep you safe. I hope you use it well. And I smile at her kindly.
Face still covered.
so it kind of like makes like a Like the face that a dog would make if you try to feed it broccoli.
That's very specific.
I'm confused by that statement
That is
because my
very
dogs love
specific.
broccoli.
I cannot picture that. So
My dogs
Okay, so-
actually enjoy broccoli, so joke's on you.
Yeah, I was about to say it's one of those jokes on you. You can get away with it.
She accepts it. Thank you. I don't know what this does. What is this?
well, you said you have trouble around people. This can make it easier.
Yeah, but what is it?
Okay, I whispered to Ciota. Yeah. Let me look up the description of the item real quick.
As this exchange is happening, like me and Kaz just open the door to the bag and just come in with like 3
Actually,
bags.
according to official D&D rules, it is technically allowed for you to wear 2 cloaks. It's like bundling up for the cold weather. So,
Would I be able to have the
Yeah.
benefits of both, like as like on
Yeah.
equipment? Okay,
as long as you're attuned to it.
but
Yeah,
that's the only
okay.
thing I'm attuned to is my nature elemental.
Exactly.
Add it with the there you go, equipment shop. I think it's been equipment shop.
All right, so I whisper to
I
Ciota
think
and
I
I
have
say,
to import it for you. Hold on.
I whisper to
I
Ciota
saw
and I
how to
say,
like
it helps you
manually
camouflage.
make an item.
It helps you
Oh,
camouflage.
plutonium importer items and then Cloak of Elvenkind.
Are you doing it or am I?
Do you want to? Or do you want me to?
I'll try to figure it out because I feel like that's a good thing to know how to do.
Plutonium is very good. Very handy.
Well, I whisper to Ciota and I say it helps you camouflage. Like that's what I said.
My cloak helps me camouflage.
Actually, hold on, let me double check just to see what happens. Nature's Mantle. Spellcasting focus. When you are in an area that is lightly obscured, you can hide. And Cloak of Elvenkind. You. Perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. So they actually work together quite well.
So you're welcome.
Okay. I
Okay.
appreciate
The Nature's Mantle lets you hide just about everywhere, anywhere, and then the Cloak of Elvenkind makes the hiding much easier.
Yeah.
And
you guys never see me again.
You become the rogue, invisible.
yeah, we have two classes. We have 2 characters here that can out rogue a rogue right now.
Seriously, yeah. Seriously, yeah. We didn't even know Ciota was here until like today.
Yeah,
I
and
was rolling
she
stealth checks
and
next to you
she
guys.
failed. She failed because
Well,
she rolled 2 fucking nat ones on a charisma check. 2 fucking
I
nat
did
ones.
willingly drop. I had to drop Pass Without a Trace for you guys to see me that one time.
Shit.
So I willingly let you guys see me.
Do you have ranger classes?
No, that's a druid spell.
What? Is
That's a
it?
druid spell.
Druid.
It's a druid and a ranger spell. Druids and rangers share a lot of the same spells.
Yeah, that
They
makes sense.
come from the same area.
Nature
Totally.
hippie stuff.
As this conversation is happening,
And Nameless, you know you were in the exact same room as me and the merchant at one
Several
point.
times.
Several times, yeah.
Even one point,
Oh
just
my gosh,
several
really?
times.
yeah, what's my passive perception, by the way?
Not
high
like
enough.
35.
High enough for that. Yeah.
No, dude,
I don't know.
I just want to know
35.
what's my passive perception. It's 11. It's fucking 11.
You forget druid. You know what druids do at level 7 or level 2? They turn into fucking tiny little bugs and you can't see them for shit.
Oh wait. I thought at level 2 they can like turn into like walking creatures. Like they can't fly or anything.
Can't fly or swim, but they can turn into insects.
It's just be an insect that cannot fly.
Turned
Yeah,
into a
so
literal
so
spider and crawled along walls and no one saw her.
Oh, that works? Huh.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider girl. Spider girl.
Is it? Yeah,
You guys
it's.
can ask her how she got out of that box.
Anyways, you all meet again.
Yeah, we.
Anything you
wonder
want to do
if
before you make your way back to the alchemist?
What?
I'm saying, you're going back after talking to the alchemist. Is there anything you want to do before going back to the alchemist later tonight to get your stuff?
Actually, I want to do. I walk in and say to Sioda, "Hey, did she behave?"
Yeah, she made me this thing, and she gestures to like a cloak that. Well, okay, I think she put the mantle on over the cloak that uh Mishuda had given her, but she like pulls out like
Mantle.
extra little flap of
Yeah.
cloth underneath it.
I have a cloak.
That's nice of her. So, okay, we sold one of the bags. It was apparently phase uh, spider eggs, which
Can I
Ashen
are
roll?
looks oddly confused. What are
Can I
those?
roll a history check on face spiders?
Yes, you may.
who,
Ultron
Okay.
looks quite confused. He's like, phase spiders?
yeah, phase spiders are at least
18.
what the book said. They are like spiders that exist in the ethereal plane, and they can jump between our plane and ethereal plane, or that's how the alchemist explained it. And the eggs that you had were those kind of spider eggs, and because that's kind of like a extraterrestrial kind of ingredients, we sold them for 4,000 golds and 7 of the potions that the alchemist is going to make. So here's 1,000 for Sioda, here's 1,000 for Yukat. I will keep the 1,000, and 1,000 that should go to Mishuda, but because she stole your stuff, I am giving the 1,000 gold to you, Ultron.
Hey,
Maybe,
Ah,
hey, so
wonderful.
he
I
can
can use
retire
them to
early.
repair the damage that worm did.
yeah,
Oh,
maybe
right. I have to
I,
buy new mounts. Yeah, this is
yeah,
good. Thank you.
I was thinking you had a really shitty few days. Maybe this will make it a little better.
You have been both a blessing and a curse, Master. He says that he looks a little drunk, just like look at the bottle. It's more than half empty. Like he hammered it down. It's
He's so
expensive
drunk.
wine. He hammered that sucker down. He's like, yeah,
Having a
I'll take
great
it.
time right now.
Good
But
He's not
going.
gonna remember anything.
Having a good time,
tomorrow is
having
going
a
to
good
wake up
time.
with a fucking headache. So everyone
Mhm.
except for Mishida add 1,000 gold to your inventory.
Okay, so what does my history check give me?
I
Look
told
at
you everything.
the look at the no. It's talking about the face spider. Look at the picture I posted in the group chat. That's what you know about it.
Alright, so I go face
Official.
spiders? Like, and are you saying we were caring about celestial creatures?
Not
Not
celestial,
celestial.
ethereal.
Extra dimensional. Extra dimensional.
They are not
Yeah, okay,
celestial, they are ethereal.
okay, I meant to say extra dimensional. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said
Mm-hmm.
celestial.
Slip of the tongue.
Yeah, apparently so. Why?
Those things are incredibly dangerous. How did you only get 4,000 gold for slaying those things?
We didn't sell all of them for gold. If we sold all of them for gold, we would have gotten 14,000. But we decided that the alchemist will make potions with them. We take 7 potions plus 4,000 gold pieces.
What potions?
We don't know. They are.
Nobody
He's using
They,
them
knows.
in his experiments.
yeah.
He guaranteed that at least 7 of the potions that he could make, if he could, from the from the phase spider eggs, he would be giving us guaranteed 7.
Yeah, we have 7. We are guaranteed 7
Absolutely
potions
incredible.
that are experimental. We don't know what we are getting, but they are probably worth it. Also, I
Mhm.
will take out the ball and say to Mishida, this ball, according to alchemist, is a container. Something is inside of it. We have to find a correct sequence of the buttons to find out what's inside of it. Otherwise, we are gonna get hurt like you did.
Or
And
worse.
or worse,
Then give it. Then why don't you give it to me? You already want me dead, anyways.
I do not want you dead. I'm just pissed at you.
I'm just annoyed. I don't want you dead. I'm just really annoyed.
I do not want you dead. I'm just pissed at you. So just not let's not kill yourself. Let's just find a way to find the correct sequencing for it.
Then
So
why don't you do it?
mm, I will put it in Shuda's hand, and just before I put it, just take it back a bit. Don't do anything stupid. I do not want you dead. Put it back in his hand. Look for markings. Look for anything that can give you a clue as what is the correct sequencing. If you can't find any, don't mess with it. Give it back. We will find a way to open it.
Okay, so what is this again? Is it sleight of hand or investigation?
So Siota would kind of walk up and touch Mishuda like on her hip and cast guidance before she starts fucking with it.
You got this.
What's guidance? Isn't it like inspire?
No, guidance adds a D4 to the next ability check the target makes.
Oh, thank you.
And it looks like a
You got a
4.
4. Yay!
you
That's
guys.
pretty good.
That's
It's like a miniature bless because it's a cantrip. So, anyway, I mean, let me double check the wording. Not the spell. The spell's there, but something
Can
else.
can I help
And-
Mishuda with this?
You cannot because you would need to be physically touching the ball, and she is currently fiddling.
Okay.
Well, wait, what if
Um,
okay, so what is the fiddling again? Is it sleight of hand or is it investigation?
Hold on. I'm looking at the ruling that I had put for this specific item. Yeah. Okay. Investigation check.
Got it.
The 17.
17 plus 4.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
What? A 17 plus 4 and I still have to make a deck.
Okay, the DM, he wasn't actually fiddling
is
with the
high.
bottoms. She was like just looking for clues.
Oh well, no. You're.
trying to activate it,
It's
right?
it's a perfectly smooth ball of buttons, so she's basically guessing at this point because it's a sequence of steps.
Alright, so saving throw.
Yeah, that's not one.
6.
Oh gosh.
How much health do you have again?
Ow!
I got 65 health. I'm fine.
You take. Are you sure? Because you just took 43 points of psychic damage.
Wow!
It's not even max damage, by the way. This thing gets higher. It's just rolling middle.
Just she
And you're
just
lucky because that was a net 1.
drops.
Yeah. She's not dead. She's not unconscious. She's just collapses.
Very,
again.
very
That was a
hurt.
sizable chunk of her.
I
health.
just take the ball out of her hand and just say, just don't. Just don't.
Maybe
You were the
we
one
should
who
rest.
gave it to me.
I told you
I
to
told
do
you
not
to do it.
mess with it. I just told you to just find a clue, not to mess with the bottoms.
Okay, first of all, I thought that's what I was doing. I didn't say that.
That
I was
is what
gonna
you
mess
were
with the button.
doing. But there's no markings to show you like a proper way to do it. You can't see it because it's invisible. So at some point you have to press a button either on purpose or by accident and hope that it's the right button.
So I say like I did it.
There is no looking, fiddling, and trying to get away with it.
She's
Uh,
holding an invisible ball and feeling around and trying to figure out.
DM, I have
Should
a
I
question. How many times can I reload a roll with luck?
Oh
Have the
god.
lucky feet? You have the lucky feet?
Yeah, I have lucky. I have luck.
Okay. You can
Where's
you
luck?
can use a lucky point on three. Well, actually, you can't do it on other creatures. Hold on.
No, no,
Let me
I do
double check
not want to use the on other creatures. If I just
on
look
yourself.
for on myself, if I want, let's just say I want to do like investigation to find out what's going on. I roll like a
You can use a
one.
lucky roll. You have 3 lucky points.
I cannot use three of
Part
them
of the
on
feat.
one roll, or is it just
No,
one
you
roll?
can only use them one at a time.
Okay,
Okay, yeah,
so
let him do it. Cause I said for him to do it. He let me do it.
you
And
just
it ended badly.
I
yeah.
have a question regarding a spell in this circumstance. I don't have it prepared right now, so I can't cast it. But with my knowledge of how the spell works, would I know if detect traps would work on a scale fine enough to be able to pinpoint which buttons would trigger an effect?
You can certainly try.
I need to take a nap.
How long
Can I
does that?
can I take a can I take a rest?
You kind of need a nap.
What, a long rest?
I mean,
Maybe this is gonna.
Hold on. Before we do a
Oh.
long rest, let me just
It's whooping his ass pretty fucking. So
let me just
he uses and is almost down to 0.
let me just hold on. Let me just burn through my luck points.
Take a while to figure this thing out. Are
Yeah.
Would
you
you
gonna
like
lose all your
guidance?
lucky points?
Uh,
Would you like some guidance?
yes, of course I want guidance. Wow, that's another 4. Okay.
If
'Cause
this
I
is
should
what
be
you want,
rolling
okay.
guidance before you guys roll stuff. Going forward.
Investigation check.
Okay.
Yes, you
Hold on.
always want to specify if you're using guidance
So don't get
before
ahead of
someone
me
doesn't.
if you guys want it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always ask.
I will
that's a cantrip,
try.
so you can constantly.
Yes, I did. Let's
Except
just
combat.
let me burn through my lucks. Then, if I can't
Yeah.
break it, we just take a
Is this what you want? Okay,
You
yeah.
can
let's
take a
do it.
rest, and I can
And
also
roll.
learn enhance ability.
Yeah, because literally, okay, so out of your party, you have a fighter, a druid, a paladin, and an artificer. The only 3 spellcasters are also the spellcasting classes that can change their entire spell list every time they rest.
Yeah. So
Wait, I can do that? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, wizards and artificers are the only intelligent. Well, actually, they are the only intelligence
And
casters.
paladins.
Nope, they're charisma. Wizards and artificers are the only non-divine casters that can change their spell list when they rest, because for wizards they just read their book, and then for artificers they just kind of know what they're doing.
And then
so
Me
Or
pull
is
like
up
it
the
they have
in
like
spell.
a
Let me
what?
pull it
rotating
up
spell
just because
list
we're
thing.
asking.
What is it? Investigation?
Investigation. Oh boy.
Give me a nat one. Give me a fucking nat one.
Alright,
That's a
I'm gonna
15
take my
plus.
Make a wisdom save.
plus
4.
Oh wait, you can
No.
lucky it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do lucky.
Go ahead and re-roll.
In
So Meshu, it says for artificers
That's worse.
specifically. Make a wisdom save. You do not study a spellbook or pray to prepare your spells. Instead, you work with your tools to create the specialized items you'll need. There is. Oh crap! Where does it say?
shit, lucky.
Here it is. Preparing casting spells.
17 plus 3,
Um,
that's 20.
You change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of artificer spells requires time spent tinkering with your spellcasting focuses, at least 1 minute per spell. Well, ignore that last part because I don't. You'll do it as part of the rest, and you, yeah. But yes, you artificers, druids, paladins, clerics, rangers, most people, most casting classes can actually change their casting as part of their long rest. The only classes that can't are warlocks, bards, sorcerers, and blood hunters, and a missing one. Those can only change their spell list when they level up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait a
Rest.
second, so I didn't need this spell list for this session. I could have changed my spell list.
Just make sure you declare that next time.
So I did I did one investigation, failed,
Okay, but still,
did
I'm gonna
lucky,
rest now.
failed again. I did a wisdom, failed, did another lucky. did 17 plus 3, I'm still not using my
4.
guidance.
17 plus 3
Okay.
succeeds. So you
There's no
take
point to not use it.
half.
Hold on. Do I bear my guidance if I don't use it?
Guidance. No, it says in the description, once before the spell ends, it lasts a minute. Once before it ends, you roll a d4 and add the number rolled to any one
Okay, then
ability
I
check
will
for your
add it
choice.
to the next one. Hopefully, the next one is better.
So your first attempt is a
I
failure.
can
You
just cast
take
it again.
half.
It's a cantrip. I can
Take-
cast it as many times as I want.
You take half damage. You take 21 points of psychic damage as a sledgehammer goes to your brain. It's not pleasant.
That will make me 66. I will do another investigation. Was it right? Yeah, right?
Yep, yep.
Investigation. That's 11. Lucky, I guess.
Third lucky point. So you have no more lucky points after this.
That's 17 plus
Wisdom save.
4.
Yeah, wisdom save.
What? 21 doesn't make it?
Didn't
Yeah,
work
'cause
for the
that's-
artificer. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah. There's no getting around
Wisdom
that.
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That's 14 plus
Fails.
3, 17.
Fails.
Okay,
DC's 18.
give
You
it to
take
me.
another 39 points of psychic damage. These rolls are pretty low.
Wow. Just you see Lou holding this box, trying to fiddle with it. No. It's just fiddle with it. It just gets the fucking hit in the head with the sledgehammer,
Yep.
but he just shrugs it off. Just
First one.
Tries to do it again.
His knees
Yeah.
kind of bend. His knees kind of bend, but he just does
Yeah.
this and stands and just does it again. Then just take a huge amount of damage and just goes boom. And he's in
Yep.
one of on one of his knees. Just looks up and says, "This shit is dangerous," and just put it back into the bag and just put it in his backpack.
So, Lou, in that moment, when you first did it and you press the buttons,
Mhm.
again, it's cool to the touch, lightly vibrates with magic. It's pleasant against the fingertips and the brain as it kind of washes over you until you press the wrong button and then it. And then in that moment where you're kind of stumbling still, you accidentally press the wrong one a second time and in the head. It feels like a giant knocking on your brain.
Okay, I start
Anyone actually
laughing at
cast
him
Detect
now,
Magic on
like
this?
in my sleep, like
You want to cast
in my-
Detect Magic?
Has anyone cast it yet? If
No.
not, I
No.
would. I will
No,
cast it.
I mean, I did
as
it in
a
our.
ritual.
I did a pretty.
Hold
good
on.
Arcana check.
Don't cast it yet. Did the alchemist cast detect magic on it?
He cast Identify.
Isn't identify the more powerful than detect magic?
Identify identifies a magical item's
But he said
properties.
He doesn't have Identify.
No.
Yeah, he
The
did.
old artificer,
Oh,
not this
sorry.
one.
Sorry, I thought Mushida said. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Just-
So Identify tells you if an item is magical, what properties and charges it has, if any, and reading the spell description right now just to make sure I'm getting it right. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are, which is what Detect Magic does. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are.
Is the orb cursed or is it just magical?
Interested in knowing what school of magic is applied here.
So this thing is, I can't say oozing. Yeah, you know what? You turn on your magic vision and everything kind of gets clear and bright and vibrant as you see the magic that's kind of suffusing the world around you. The merchant's wagon is reinforced with a bit of abjuration magic to make it more durable. The merchant is wearing several rings on his hands and necklaces that radiate protection magics. Lu is a paladin. He's glowing with it. And if the paladin glows with magic from just the divinity stuff, the little invisible orb in his hand glows bright as the sun, and you are forced to close your eyes or else you get blinded. because oh my god, that thing is a corona of light.
Divine magic?
It's not divine, but it's something. It hurts to
Right.
look at.
Too
So
bright
I'm
to tell.
unable to.
We actually
see this
tried hitting
tool?
the orb.
Make an Arcana check.
I think that's the greatest of ideas, trying to
Wait,
hit
me?
the thing
Well,
that
if we
you're
try
make
using
a-
the
make
orb,
an
then
Arcana check.
then we die. But if we try breaking it, because
Ow.
there's something inside.
What you can tell is the reason why it's so painful to look at is because there's like thousands of individual enchantments on this thing, and they're all competing to be seen by you. It's not pleasant. It's like looking at the sun. Miniature sun.
Question: Is the
So
orb
multiple schools of magic.
Multiple, like every school of magic pretty much went into this thing. And there's a lot of signatures you don't recognize. It's just like, it feels like raw magic is just in this ball. It doesn't even feel like, oh, it's conjuration or oh, it's abjuration. It just feels like magic in its purest form, condensed into an orb.
I wouldn't be able to tell if there's a magical aura within the orb because I
Not
can't
within
see
it.
through it.
The
Okay.
the orb itself is just blinding. You don't know if there's anything inside because you're just blinded.
Okay.
okay? I have two questions for the DM. Question number
Yes.
one: Did the alchemist tell us if the orb was cursed or not?
He did not tell you. It's safe
Uh,
to assume that it's not, because if you feel like he probably would have told you if it's cursed. Because most merchants that are honest usually don't just give you a cursed item without warning you.
okay. Question number two.
It's bad for business.
I asked him that if I do dispel magic on it, that the object inside will be safe or not, or what did
It
he
wouldn't
say?
work. It wouldn't work.
He said he can't do it. He didn't say the dispel magic doesn't work on it.
You want to try casting Dispel Magic? Go ahead.
No, do not do that. I swear
Yeah,
to
you're
God.
gonna try. You're gonna try
Do
and
it.
fuck with it even more.
No, I'm just asking. If I wanted to do dispel magic, I would have done dispel magic on it.
Do it. It's
That's a
it's
bad
1d.
idea.
Do it. It's a 1d20 plus your charisma modifier to dispel.
The DM's talking you into it. That's not a good idea.
Do not follow the DM.
No, do it. Do it. Do it. It's too
Dude.
late. Or I'm gonna do it for you. Do it. It's the word
I'm-
charisma and then click ability check. Cast
Okay,
Dispel Magic and
hold on. I'm gonna
The
do
only
a
person who's
percentage.
willing to do
I'm
it
gonna
is
do a
asleep.
percentage dial. Anything,
No.
anything below 50%, I will not do
No.
it. Anything above, I will do
Okay.
it.
Fine. It's a coin toss.
Jesus.
That's 49. No, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
No, come on!
You're gonna do it. You said below 50. You're doing it. Above 50. You're not.
Hold on. Did I?
Oh my
Bad
god.
fucking idea.
Hold on.
Oh my
on.
god.
Cards. But what did I say? Did I say below 50? I will do it.
Can I think you
Bamboozled
did.
you.
Can I? Do I
That's
recognize
what I
the
thought
spell
too.
as he's casting it?
You recognize it's like detect magic registers as anti-magic, so instead of like magic bursting from his hand in your vision, it looks like his hand is absorbing the magic around it before he's casting the spell, and you know he's casting a spell.
Wait, I thought but has he actually cast dispel magic?
I would like to
He's
No,
preparing it.
no,
Like, he's
no.
channeling it.
Hold on, I haven't cast dispel magic because I do not know. But if I said below 50%, I will do it. I need
Thought
one.
it was below,
I
I
need-
thought it was
Damn
below
boozled
50.
I'm pretty sure you said below 50 you do it.
I need
Then
someone to
Boozled, you're
confirm
trying to
this.
chicken out. You just
Yeah,
got
you're
confirmed by
chickening
3
out.
people. You're just chickening out.
I'm doing it.
Okay, do
So
it.
as a
Yeah.
reaction when I see him beginning to cast that, could I
Yes,
attempt to
you
cast
would
web
very
to grapple that
web.
Grapple.
web?
Oh,
I am
shit.
Spider-Man, that guy.
Hold on. For a spell, no. How fast is it? Is it touch?
Instantaneous.
It's an
Yeah,
action spell. You just cast it.
yeah. It's
It's
instantaneous.
instantaneous.
So and it's touch. So I'm just gonna cast it.
Oh, it's within 120 feet range. It's like a beam of anti magic. Sioda, if you want to cast an action spell as a reaction, I will let you make an Arcana check. The first
Action
level spell,
spell
so
or an
the
action?
DC's not coming. Well,
What
web is
spell?
usually an action spell, so if you wanted to cast it as a reaction, make an Arcana check. Because I actually let my players do that sometimes.
So what?
Make a reaction. I mean, Arcana check.
Do I have to do it? Do it?
No.
Nope, not
You
gonna
are not able
happen.
to get the web outcast.
Yikes.
What is it like?
Click on the word charisma in your character sheet and then click ability check. It's a charisma ability check because it's 1d20 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is charisma.
So I do a 1d20 then plus 15.
No. Click
What?
the word charisma. Click the word charisma.
Ability. Okay.
And then a bit. Nothing happens. Just shoot the anti magic like a flick, and nothing happens.
Can I do an Arcana check and see if I do it properly? Properly, it will dispel it or not.
You can try. You're not the
Like,
most
never mind.
arcanely knowledgeable
Never
person.
mind.
You're a paladin. You don't study magic. You just have it because of your deity.
I'm just gonna put it back into the fucking bag.
You're the
Tie
filthy
it.
casual. Meshuda is the actual wizard.
Meshuda fucked up too. I'm gonna put it back into the bag that it came from. I'm gonna.
Okay, why don't
Can you all make me an intelligence check right now? All of you, please.
Why?
Make an intelligence
I'm
check.
asleep.
You know you're not.
You're still conscious. You're not at 0
Bloody
HP.
cat.
This is
no,
all
I'm
happening
resting.
like in
No, I
very
said
quick
I'm
succession.
resting. Remember?
Well, I know, but it's not an instant thing, and this is like
But
you say that Lou attempts to dispel like it's all happening at once. All of you
Also,
make
long
an
rest
intelligence
is
Either
just purely
saving
sleeping
throw
for
or
12 hours.
intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Okay.
yeah, we just fucked up.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Straight. Which is
Oh,
fair
yeah,
because
Tad.
you're a
Am I
druid,
lumped
you're
in
not
with
a
this or
wizard.
no?
Yes,
Tad.
you're in the room.
Boy,
We are all in the.
check.
Oh come on! Seriously?
Purely
I was
because
the only one. I was the
the
only one
art.
that got a 19.
Ashida, you can tell from what's going on, and with prior interactions, you are quite literally the only person in this room who has any chance of solving this thing.
If we take a nap, I could
That's
figure
very
it
high bar.
Go
You're
to
an
sleep
artificer.
first.
Yeah, I
Here's
say we go to
the-
sleep, then try to do it
Meanwhile,
again
as
tomorrow.
everyone is as Lou is bleeding from his orifices and feeling like he has had a hangover with no alcohol. That's never a fun sensation. He stumbles back to the alchemist's shop late at night, and the alchemist, yawning, hands over several potions, which I'm going to start adding. Just give me a minute to find them.
Wait, what kind of potions are they?
We don't know
Potion,
yet.
kind of potion.
Oh,
The
okay.
potion. Potion,
Like,
potion,
Put in a
potioneering.
potion.
Potion of potions.
I like to say that just Lou comes into this alchemist shop with just fucking blood dried over his like face and like blood out of his ears. I say I told you it was life and death.
I'm not going to ask. And he hands over some potion.
That's 4. We need 3 more.
Why does the quantity? Why is it broken? The key does not exist. Interesting. Strange. That one works.
Okay, that's 3. That's
So you have 2, 2, and 3.
no, it's 2, 1, and 3.
Won't let me add another one for some reason, but you have 2, 2, and 3. I'm trying to add it, and it's just giving me an error.
Okay. Let me just get these potions, then I will tell you what they are and we decide what to do with them. I'm just gonna talk out of character. Uh, no, actually, let me just get back. We can do something about that. No, hold on. I'm very confused right now. Yo, DM, can I ask the alchemist as he's giving me the oils and potions and whatnot? Uh, Master Fredrickson, do
Fred
you?
Dixon. Yep.
Yeah, Master Fredrickson, do you know anyone that is capable of safely uh, dischanting that ore for us?
I don't think it can be. Whatever it is absolutely ancient, and those enchantments are ridiculously layered and powered, so there's no hope in ever disabling that thing. Unless you open it. So good luck with that.
Yeah, as we see, it didn't go very well.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Would
Mm,
take an individual with a very particular set of skills in the mind arts, I believe, have a chance of opening that thing. So good luck. Um,
actually,
seems to be
do you
Dylan,
whoever
know?
what
made
arts?
it very
Do,
much wanted to keep it safe.
do
That
you
was
know
decided.
anyone that can open it without using magic for us? Like, does anyone?
Without using magic.
Yeah, like
Anyone who wants to open that thing without using magic is a fool. I must say. Uh, I could attempt it. It's
I kind of
highly
feel.
difficult.
I
It
kind of
is a highly
feel.
difficult task. I have no intention of accidentally dying of a heart attack. Chieftain Halar would never let me hear the end of it.
I kind of feel you're throwing shade at me, but never mind. Just give me the last potion so I can go.
Yes, please. Be careful. Not. I can see you did it. Just try not to do it without proper, and I mean a lot of backups and protections because I'm sure you've just found out it is not pleasant. It is clearly designed to contain something, and obviously it's designed to do its job very well. So,
Master Alchemist, I do not need safety. I need to know where in this swamp of unbalanced formulas lies the thought of truth.
that is the most cleric thing I've ever heard a paladin say.
Did anyone get that reference? Or is it just me?
No, I did
No.
not. I did not get that at all.
Anyone? Cuts? Sioda?
What was it?
I do not need safety. I need answer. I need to know where in this swamp of unbalanced formulas lies this thought of truth.
No, I don't get that.
Dragon
No.
Age?
No,
And he looks at you and he just
it's
chuckles.
from Big Bang Theory.
Master Dwarf.
Oh,
The only
I haven't
truth.
seen Big Bang Theory.
Oh wait,
Right?
in what?
that's
Master
a lot of
Dwarf.
episodes,
The
man.
only
It's in
thing.
the Big
The
Bang
only truth. Yeah, Big Bang Theory. Oh, Master Dwarf. The only truth I concern myself with. 42. Have a good night. And he walks away.
Did you say
What?
42?
I didn't get it.
He
The-
walks away. You gave me a reference I didn't understand. I gave you a reference.
I get it. I get you, Tombar.
Wait, is it 40? Isn't 42 like from
Did you say you
Spider-Man
understood
and
it?
from Big Bang
I
Theory?
got it.
Get
Could've
out of here. What?
what is it?
walked away.
Yeah, forgetting the nerd reference.
What is it?
Take a D12 inspiration die.
Wait, what? Who
Eh,
did?
well,
42 is the
Not a
answer
big
to
fan.
life, the universe, and everything in existence, as per Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Oh, I
Galaxy.
thought that was.
What?
I thought that was
Okay,
Dynamite.
I haven't seen that. That's older
I
than I
haven't seen
am.
Big Bang Theory.
So
I remember.
Okay, I'll
I
admit I
remember
haven't seen Big Bang
43.
Theory in a minute.
I remember
Right.
43 in The Big Bang Theory, but I think
It's not
I
43.
also
It's 42.
Hold on,
remember
DM. You didn't give me
remember
the last
Sheldon's
potion.
hacky sack record.
It's in your inventory. You have
No,
3 different potions.
no, that's 2, 3, and 1. So it's 6. He should have given me
Won't let me
7.
add another one. Every time I try to add another one, it gives me an error. Just assume that there's 2. Make a
Two,
note of it.
not like the second one is 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay, so I will go
It should be
back.
2, 2, and 3.
I will go back to the wagon.
Yes.
I just go back with dried blood on my face, and I say, "Okay, here are the potions. If anyone
We all
think
taken.
no,
We've taken a long rest, right? Or
not
everything is.
yet. I think
Or not yet. But you will, because this is where we're going to end our session for tonight. Thank you for playing.
Oh my gosh, we still don't know what that thing is.
What's in the box? It's a dick in the box. What's
it's
in the orb?
it's no
Imagine
longer
if we
what's in
open-
the box. It's what's in the
It's a
fucking
dick.
orb.
You open the
Imagine if we
orb,
actually
and then there's a
opened
whole
like the
other
It's a
weird
dick
layer.
in an
orb, and
orb.
it's just like imagine if it's actually like a
swapped
spider
out.
dick in this thing.
You swapped it.
The
I did not want to
Siota
think
you
about
see
what that
before
was.
you is an illusion. The actual player I'm playing is in that orb.
The
Wait,
you
there's
swapped
an
out
illusion?
geometries. You went from a cube, a hollow cube, to a possibly hollow sphere. Also, I'm gonna just roll these so everyone can. Oh wait, actually no, I have to put this on public roll. Would you tell everybody what the potions were?
Yeah, actually, I was going to say what they are, so everyone
You can
can
do the
use.
roll. You can roll it, and it'll pop up the descriptions.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do I need to say that I took a long rest too? 'Cause I just said
While
it
you are taking
verbally.
a long rest, all of you are taking a long rest. Go to your character sheet, where it says hit dice. It says S rest and L rest. Click L rest because that's a long rest.
Where is that? I'm looking for that. Dice.
Why doesn't it let me roll?
I don't see hit dice.
I got it. Hold on.
Where is that?
Oh, well, Lou gets. Oh, yeah, it's still having. Here, I'm gonna have to delete this and try to re-add it. That's annoying.
Yeah, a sleeper of
I can't
oil
even-
of a sleepers went back to 1.
Interesting. It won't even let me delete the item.
Okay, anyways, we got essence of ether, oil of sleepiness, and oil of eternalness. Eternalness. Whatever is that.
Ooh.
Etherealness.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I do the hit dice? I can't find it. Oh wait,
You hit
oh,
the
there we
long
go.
rest button.
Yeah,
Right
Oh,
these
that
are.
will work.
There we go.
Yeah. These
Long
are
There we
the potions that I got.
Uh,
Which I'm just saying, weren't the spiders like symbolic in some way?
Yeah, I kind of think that
Are we
too.
gonna question about how they got there or what the relation to Siota is?
And we still have
It's a
5
mystery.
placed the
Ooh.
eggs.
Yeah, I
Yeah, and
kept 5 of the phase
why didn't we
spider
save
eggs.
them for like the whole like sell it at the auction thing pull-out line?
That's for the whole bag went for 14,000. That's not a lot.
Oh, the merchant didn't know that because no one has ever seen a face spider in hundreds of years because they keep to a different plane of existence.
Actually, if we
That's
want
why
to
we
do
should
that,
keep
we
those
can like
things.
sell the eggs, like the only phase spider egg in existence, like a collector edition kind of thing. That's gonna make it even worth more.
Wait till you get to the end. That'll be fun.
Is this just gonna be our whole adventure, just figuring out this orb the whole time?
Yeah, it was kind of like
He's into it.
yeah, if you've seen the campaign 2 of Critical Role, that's kind of what they do for like the first 50 episodes.
Happy fun ball.
Hey, Omnia, you're aware that someone stole your keyboard, right?
Yeah.
Is it your
You're talking.
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, listen. That is just a egg. Oh,
Playing favorites?
oh,
What's going on? And also
oh.
DM,
Gotta take that
DM.
back.
I have like a extra oil here, and it doesn't delete.
Just it's broken.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
It is
What's
broken. Anyway, so yes, those are the potions that
Downgraded.
Lou
You guys
currently
can't
has
have
available.
good things anymore. You guys can only have okay things.
I'm about to okay you through this door, fool.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa,
He was
whoa,
about to
whoa!
okay
Hey, hey,
you
we're all
through
friends.
this
We're all
door.
friends.
Ooh,
In the wrong house, fool.
For now.
that's what he said.
That sounds like a threat.
It is.
That sounded like a
It's a
threat.
threat. It's
Is
only
it?
a
I
threat if
think
you take it as a
Tombar was
threat.
threatening you. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel threatened yet?
Tell your
Yeah.
boyfriend how does
Not
a
really.
man over a
Listen.
fucking microphone can threaten him? Like, how is he going to find you and like do something to you?
Because they used to call
Tombar, you
me.
sound exactly like my English teacher, and it's weird because like you literally sound exactly like him, and it's
Remember to
crazy.
I feel like
turn in
Nick
those
has
assigned
like
pages by Thursday. Wait, today's Thursday.
Nick
Did you
has like
forget
this
to
whole
turn in your
plot.
assignments, Nick?
No, it's for next Thursday.
Shame.
Oh, it's for today. It's in
Oh,
2 hours.
weird. Turn it
Should I
down.
be going against?
Turn it down. That's way too loud. I can hear it from down here.
All right.
They
Anyways,
Blast
Good night,
rock
they
everybody.
music from
they just
town.
moved in and they are already fighting.
did we
Good
want
night,
to
everybody.
do player talk, or should we
Gonna
all just
go
like go to
deaf.
bed?
I I don't know. Do you guys want to play talk because we have like zero new information. We just got 1,000 gold and a bunch of oils and potions.
Yeah. Yep.
Y-
But I will kick you out of this game because you
Yeah,
did start my Halloween one.
he is seriously fucking with us. He's digging us around.
Should
Am I
we?
though?
Then, well, what should we do? Should we try and hunt these little snail things?
Look, it took you 3 sessions to do anything with the box that you wanted to know what was inside of, and you never figured out what was inside of it until the person inside came out.
We are really bad
Now
at
you have an
this.
orb.
Hello.
You
Just
have
imagine
you
if I
proceeded.
didn't actually get out.
Proceeded. Spend 4 attempts.
Okay, but hang on. That
This
even if
orb
we
and
didn't
you
find what
almost
was in it,
died.
that still proves something.
Yoda hasn't tried to open the orb yet.
We can give it to
Yeah, that's
him.
what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
sure.
That's what I'm thinking. I feel like we should like hot potato.
What?
Do you want to make an investigation check?
Now?
Are we still playing?
No.
No, he
Do you
kicked
want to
us
make
out.
before you fall asleep? Do you want to make an investigation check?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like the
Do
only
it.
2 remaining people who haven't made an investigation check should make an investigation check.
I do
So,
not
you
recommend
wanna make an
Cods doing any
investigation
kind of investigation check.
I
also
fuck
think-
with that shit.
I also-
I'm not in the
I also
business
think
of just
Alteron should do
spamming
it because
rerolls.
Alteron's the drunk guy, and the drunk guy usually does stuff the best.
What kind of fucked up the theory is that?
Have you never heard "I drink and I know things"?
No. I mean, that
Um,
once happened with Grog, but I do not think this is gonna happen.
I mean, no, never mind. You know. I already said I already gave you information on this damn thing. Anyway,
I actually think we should just sleep. Then the next time we wake, we just pull all of our like good
Brains.
spells. No,
Or-
like brains and good spells into it. If we can't crack it, we find someone that can, or find like a clue that we can
Yeah,
open.
because
okay.
I'm a
So for
I'm a
the sake
researcher,
of everybody here,
I'm a researcher, so I could find someone who could crack this thing.
for the sake of everybody here, for the love of my sanity,
What is it?
Artificer's the only one that can open this box right now.
Wow!
Yes.
Because the Artificer is the only one with the proper tools to actually do it, because
Wait,
In case
what
you
do I
haven't
have
noticed,
that
21 isn't anywhere near enough to open it.
So we need special tools.
You need a lot of numbers.
Wait, how do I get more numbers?
So there's spells, there's
They-
more spells,
yeah.
there's more spells, there's more spells, and then artificers can add their intelligence to an ability check to make it a reaction.
I prepared enhanced ability
Oh.
overnight. If anyone
So
Oh yeah,
basically, we have to guidance your ass. Then you have to like roll really high.
well,
Um,
actually, we're all taking a long rest, so next session I could just I could just get new spells.
mm,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Do you
you'll
know the
figure it out
spell
eventually.
knock?
What?
Would knock work? This isn't a
Knock.
door. No.
It's not a
This
door.
is a locked object. I'll give you that. But knock wouldn't work.
You
Maybe
just
Knock,
said
who's
it.
in there?
You
'Cause
just
knock
said.
works on doors and any locked object such as
it's a
chests.
door into an item.
Okay, what
It is a locked
would
object.
a wand of secrets do? Because I was contemplating whether I should
It
make
would
that.
tell you that there is a secret.
Which basically we know.
A rock of gravity detection. If you drop it and it falls, gravity is working.
Okay, but how the hell
If it
would
works,
I
it
open this?
works.
Like, how the hell would I open this without dying? Like, other than like adding my intelligence check. Like, I'm
It's
confused. what-
literally, you literally need to make an investigation check high enough.
Basically,
That's
we
it?
have to. Yeah, we have to beat at
Enhanced ability.
25 or something. You didn't
Okay,
make it
so what is-
impossible, so it's 25, I guess.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Unless he has made it impossible, which in that case you need
He made
30
it like
or more.
He made it like we have to roll in 100. That's impossible.
No, it
How
just
dare you.
goes
Literally.
up to 30. Like 30 is considered impossible.
Yeah.
In
He's-
D&D 5th edition, 20 to 25 is extremely difficult. 30 is nearly impossible, and a DC of 40 is considered godlike. Even though that's older editions, but yeah, 40 is
100
usually
is like
considered godlike.
ascended.
There's no 100. Well, actually there is. In third
There's a
editions, you could
D100.
have in third editions you could have ability checks and saving throws with like 60, like DCs of 80 something. Early editions were insane.
So basically, not is a godlike at sneaking because normally his sneaking is about 40.
Okay, so basically, I have to literally not die, and that's it.
Yeah, we just have to pump you full of healing potions and the spells
And
that
guidance
increase
and-
your
yeah.
investigation. Does anyone has
I'm gonna
like?
go, bye.
Does anyone have like a potion of intelligence or something? Or can we buy it?
Said I have enhanced ability like 3 times.
Gives you advantage.
We can use that.
Advantage is useful.
Also, is it just the what is it called? Was it Mishuda's class? Artificer. Is it just artificer or
Intelligence based.
anyone who rolls high enough?
I mean, he has a-
So,
Yeah.
so, um,
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's my flash of genius.
there you go.
whenever-
You read your
whenever-
character sheet. Yay!
I can't read my character sheet right now. Genius, you kicked me out.
Yes, I know. You finally read what artificers do. Yay! You know what your class is doing.
Okay, so yeah. If I make an ability check or a saving throw, I can use my reaction to add like my intelligence modifier to it.
Currently, your
But-
intelligence modifier is a +4, and you still have a D12 inspiration die. So there is a possibility.
Yeah, but you
guidance,
can make
but-
it. Yeah, and we can do guidance.
Okay,
on it.
but how many times can I use the flash of genius?
It's up to your intelligence modifier. So 4 times a day, or long rest.
Wait, so I can roll intelligence 4 times then?
per
No.
day.
You can do Flash of Genius 4 times, and Flash of Genius works for yourself and for allies who make attack ability checks or saving throws.
So it can be anybody. So I can do it.
They can Flash of Genius anyone.
So
But I feel like it would be a better idea
Meshuda can
if I
Flash
did
you.
it.
because
Mishuda still
I
has
mean,
a higher base
I mean, have you
intelligence
seen what my
score,
character looks
which
like?
affects his
Higher
investigation.
base intelligence score, proficiency in investigation, which none of you fuckers have.
but I have lucky.
Yeah, but
Yes, but
Mishuda still
advantage only
doesn't
hits you so
have.
far.
so literally
A
me,
reroll only gets you so
nameless,
far.
and possibly possibly Umnia could do this.
No, the
I
best
can
bet
buff
is
the hell out
probably
of
Nick.
you, and I could also conjure small animals to use as meat shields.
What?
And I can have
You want
small
the
frozen
animal to fiddle with
creatures
this thing?
sit there and push buttons and explode at a distance.
That's kind of cruel.
Did you
That is
realize that
very
your
It
Use
is.
summoned
use what
creatures?
you
You're a
got.
druid. Are you
Did you
serious?
realize that your summoned creatures would never be able to succeed because they have negative intelligence? There's no succeeding with an intelligence of -2.
But if there's blood all over it, maybe we can actually see it, right?
Yeah.
Like sending charges.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta wake up and like
Right.
I gotta go. I gotta.
I gotta wake up. Good night.
I
No, I
gotta wake up.
I gotta wake up in like 4 hours. So
Good night.
and I probably need the rest anyway. So I
Yeah,
feel
good
better.
night.
So
Bye.
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 Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Let's. You guys can talk for a bit though if you want. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm. Hold on. A flash of genius is +4. A D20, considering he rolls about average, which is 10. Then we have like a +4, which again average is 2. That's gonna make it 12.
He
Plus
has advantage if I cast enhance ability. I don't know if enhance ability is concentration or not because guidance is concentration and I can't have 2 concentrations at once.
no, I'm just trying to do like the worst case scenario. That's like if he rolls a 20, that's gonna be a 10. Then he has plus then he has guidance, which makes it 12. I'm just taking the middle ground here. Then he has like a D12 inspiration, which is going to make it 18. Then +4 with his flash of genius, which is going to make it 22. And 21 didn't make it. I rolled the 21. It didn't make it.
That wasn't with advantage. That was just with your luck. I know.
I mean, we can do that. I think it's better if you do enhanced ability over guidance if they are both concentration, because the advantage is kind of better than like just a plus whatever. Maybe that way we can make it.
And
And
or we could also go into town and like possibly purchase an item that would like give a buff of some kind.
maybe we can like buy a portion of genius intelligence from the merchant. We have the money.
Yeah, we certainly do now.
Yeah, we have all of us have like 1,000 gold pieces except Mishuda. Did you guys added your gold pieces to your inventory?
Yeah, I did.
What about you, Sioda?
I did.
Okay, then all of us together have at least 3,000 gold pieces, which I think is more than enough to buy a portion of intelligence.
Way more
No,
than
if
enough,
we
yeah.
waste like days on this little orb thing, then we're going to miss whatever auction is happening in what's it, Chuhan? Chion?
Yeah, and
Yuhan.
try and figure out who
We've already spent a
Put-
day on it.
and we are trying to figure out who put you in that box to begin with.
No, I'm pretty
Well,
sure the
either-
orb probably has something to do with it. It seems kind of weird. The
Yeah,
space
but
market
if-
probably has something to do with that orb.
We can just
need to work on
wake up
things.
tomorrow after we take a long rest, assuming we went to sleep at midnight, because the potions were ready at midnight. We just wake up. That's gonna be 8 hours. So 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. We do a little bit of shopping, buy a few potions, then just go to either hunt those creatures, or just go straight to that Q-Hunt city. Then we just put a empty box in the Midway house. If they take it, fine, we just follow them. If they don't take it, we take it to like kind of that auction and try something out. Which
But we can
I
try and see if whoever was intending to get the box priced a bit high
no,
on the
we
box.
have to show the inside the box. Unless someone can like pull out a like high illusion, I don't think we can do minor illusion and just get away with it. We have
Also
to
see who's not as interested, like,
but
depending on
we
how big
have
the
to have
auction
like
is.
something inside, because
Yeah.
in the auction we have to show there is something inside. So I recommend we collect something that is worth something to sell at that auction. And
Yeah,
we,
I agree.
because if the Midway house,
Leota isn't gonna want to hunt that flail snail, given what she knows of those creatures.
what?
That's what her vote would be.
So you both know.
That's what her vote would be. That's all I'm gonna say out of character.
Okay, that's kind of just, we're just talking about the things we said in character, because my character already said that we should kind of hunt them, and we never came up with a plan actually. So we have to do it next session, and we have to deal with the orb. And this kind of is getting
We
crazy.
don't have to deal with the orb. The orb's not going anywhere or doing anything right now. It hasn't done
We
anything.
we can always keep it on us.
But it's invisible. It can be taken away from us,
It's
unless
in a bag.
unless
It wasn't doing anything while it was in that box for 10 days at least.
Yeah, the only thing that it was really, well, I guess
It's only
reacting
done
to
anything
was
when
you
you guys
guys. Was when you guys were messing with it, trying to figure it
You
out.
put it in a box and bury it in a ditch somewhere, and it'll never be an issue again.
I have a question. What does how does the backpack works? The backpack with a lot of space. What is its name?
All the explorers or dungeons,
No.
packs
The
and all that.
magic one.
Oh,
Oh, the magic one?
the jester's backpack sort of thing.
Yeah. I do not know.
There are lots of different versions of that thing, like varying power levels.
No, I know. It's just the name. I do not remember the
It
fucking
was
name.
something haversack.
No, not the habit.
Candy.
No, the. Anyway, there is like another dimension in it. If we
Yeah, that's a bag of holding.
back up holding,
There's a
fucking
bag of holding,
hell.
and there's another thing like that. That's some kind of haversack, but I might be thinking of.
No, I was
Candy haversack is also an extra dimensional space, as well as a portable hole.
I was actually
And
thinking
bag of
about
holding.
that bag of
They're
holding.
all the same thing. For
Does anyone know how much money it takes to buy one? And if we buy one and put something in it, can somebody else retrieve that object, or is it just
extra
responding?
dimensional space placed inside of another extra dimensional space creates like a black hole. It
We,
opens a gate to the astral plane, and everything gets sucked inside of it within 10
this
days.
And we don't want that right now.
If this
but
thing,
the
since it's
orb
considering it's connected to phase spiders and came out of nowhere, I would not suggest putting it into an extra dimensional space. Especially considering
that
we cannot discern what school of magic it is.
that is actually a good point. But my point stands. If we put something in if I put something in the bag, can someone else retrieve that item from the bag?
Believe that you can go in that bag, but you can't breathe.
So can somebody just put his hand in it and just look around for something, or
That's how you.
I gotta go, guys.
by
See ya.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Yeah.
the way the bag works is you have to put your hand in there and you have to think of what you're pulling out and know what's in there.
So if somebody
They did it
doesn't,
in campaign 1 all the time.
so if someone doesn't know what's in the bag, he cannot retrieve it.
I believe so, but they can also turn it inside out and dump out all the contents.
We can work with that. Uh, but that was a interesting thing you said, because if this is uh, like connected to ethereal plane, it can make a black hole. But how much is a bag of holding? Do you know?
The Tarum bar to set that price. It's a rare magical item.
Is it
Oh,
rare
it's
magic?
uncommon. Actually, fucking Mashuda would be able to make it. It's an uncommon magical item.
What
I
does
think
he
that an
need?
artificer would be able to do. I don't know. I don't play artificers, dude.
Just
That
asking, because you seem to have more knowledge about D&D than me. But even if he can't make it, you said it was uncommon.
uncommon rarity.
So
Now,
Trump.
when it comes to magical item rarities, it's going to be completely different as to what that actually stands for in every single campaign. Because some campaigns are going to be like, oh, magical items are everywhere. Every single like commoner has like some magical thing laying around their house. Other places, like magical items are super, super rare, and it's like highly prized, scandalous. You know, it depends on what the DM setting is.
I believe in this setting he's going for like a scarcity kind of thing. So magical items are going to be like a uncommon kind of thing. But he said that he counts a uncommon item 500 gold, so we can buy one if we
Uh,
want.
at your create a character price thing. But I think an artificer can create items of a certain rarity. I'll Google it, you know.
No, no, I will Google it myself. Yeah, we have to come up with a plan for the next time. And now I have to put this thing to compress, because I think it's like whenever I record these kind of videos, if it's like 3 hours, it's like 50 gigabytes. It's if it's like 4 hours, it goes to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, then when I want to put it on YouTube, I have to like compress it, then put it on YouTube. And even when I compress it, is really, really, really heavy. I haven't had anything under 10 gigabytes.
If you like I don't know shit about video editing. If you take the video off and just leave it as a still image, since we didn't actually really use that map that much, would it reduce the file size?
No, not actually.
Okay.
No, if you do that, it just in most editing softwares they have like a built-in compressor when you edit something, so you don't need to compress it again. But and if you compress it again, it doesn't happen. Not much happens. Like if I get 10 gigabytes in my editing software and then I compress it again, the 10 gigabytes is gonna turn into like 9 maybe. But because I do not edit anything out of these videos, just upload it as it is. I have to compress it. Yeah, that's kind of our situation right now. We have to see what happens next. Okay, I will
Next
see
time.
you next week, same time.
Same time, same place, probably, maybe. I don't have my schedule for next week yet, but we'll
Yeah,
see how it goes.
I will catch up with you next week then. Bye.
Bye.